unknown quarterback.
What a bomb by Malone!
And now, look where we are.
This right here is what we're playing for.
Do you know who we are? You're about to find out.
Touchdown!
We are the Carolina Panthers.
And now, please welcome the NFC champion Carolina Panthers. Field. Bonnie Bernstein is with Panthers defensive end Mike Rucker.
Greg, thank you very much. Mike, your defensive line's considered the best in the league, but Tom Brady hasn't seen a lot of pressure in the playoffs. What's the key to changing that?
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now. Their offense is about timing. As a defensive line, we got to get our hands up and come out of the stack.
Mike, thanks a lot. Greg?
And now, a flashback to the New England Patriots 2003-2004 NFL season highlights.
2 years ago, world champion.
Kick is on the way.
On top of the world.
How do you get back here?
Consistency. Commitment.
Home field advantage. No stars, just one team. And 3 words.
Defense. Defense. Defense.
The New England Patriots.
The Patriots are heading back to the Super Bowl.
We're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the AFC champion New England Patriots. Field, Armin Kateyan is with Patriots wide receiver Troy Brown.
Thank you, Greg. Troy, 16-2 overall, 14 straight. What's it going to take to make it a very big 15 in a row?
It's going to take our best effort. We got to come out here and play hard and play physical. This is a very good football team we're playing. Hey, come out here and make mistakes. Don't turn the ball over and put some points on the board.
Troy, what was it like in the locker room before you blew out here on the field?
It was calm. It was calm. Everybody was calm. We were collected, you know, getting ready to come out here and play this game, and we could feel the energy generating, you know, between the players. And we just held hands and said the Lord's Prayer and came out here and get ready for some actions.
All right, Greg.
Armin, thank you. Phil, this game is a little bit different from the regular season in that the coaches have to manage the players as far as the time goes and as far as in the game.
Yeah, Greg, there's so much built-in time to stand around and watch all the activities that are going on. And I'll just say this. If Troy Brown was calm, I want to see the rest of the players because you know the excitement is there, the adrenaline, and you're going to see it in the players, especially early in the game.
The Panthers and the Patriots are on the field. Super Bowl 38 right around the corner. Back to Reliance Stadium in just a moment. Set for the coin toss. We saw the faces on some of the players, and Phil, it must be agony to come out and build up and slow down and build up and slow down.
Well, that's what it's all about, Greg. This game is different for the players. We talked to both coaches about it, and they said the same thing. They have preached to their team. They've explained to them exactly what's going to go on, and I think Bill Belichick said it best when he says, I tell my players to go out and warm up, but don't do it very hard. Let's save a lot of energy.
One of the things that Bill Belichick also says, and certainly the Patriots having been in this game 2 seasons ago, is that the experience probably helps more than any other direction. The fact that the people who've been through this before are able to deal with what might normally be considered distraction.
Yeah, all the distractions, they're used to it. You're right. That's where the experience comes in. But there's so much information out there now. There's so much to know. All these coaches talk to each other. So John Fox, hey, this is not nothing he was ready for. He knew it was coming, and his team has handled it, I think, watching them very well during the warm-ups.
Well, John Fox, for a newcomer to this game in the head coaching position, has come in as confident as any coach you can possibly imagine.
Hey, you know what? Look at him. John Fox, it's not about the fight, it's the action. Let's go. He just wants some action. That's the way his team is. That is why they're in the Super Bowl. They're tough, and they like to just get after it.
As we get the captains in place on field, any particular advantage to getting the ball first? Probably only if you score.
Well, I don't know. It's as a quarterback on the side, I always used to go, well, go ahead, let the defense have it first. Let me get a feel for the game before I have to run out there.
Standing at midfield are the Panthers captains. Brenson Buckner, Carl Hankton, Muhsin Muhammad, Rodney Peete, Mike Rucker, and honorary captains Mark Fields and Sam Mills. Representing the Patriots are captains Tom Brady, Troy Brown, Teddy Bruschi, Rodney Harrison, Larry Izzo, Richard Seymour, and Ted Johnson. Joining us for the coin toss are 6 of the 24 native Texans who are members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Please welcome Earl Campbell, Ollie Matson, Don Maynard, Mike Singletary, Gene Upshaw, and Y.A. Tittle. The referee for today's game is Ed Hockley. And to toss the coin, Y.A. Tittle.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Please come forward. Congratulations and welcome to Super Bowl 38. Carolina has been designated the visiting team today, so they will call the toss. This is tails, this is heads. Tails, heads. Heads and tails. Will you call the toss? Tails. The call is tails. Mr. Tittle, will you do us the honor of tossing the coin, please? The call is tails. The call is tails. It is tails. Carolina has won the toss. You wish to receive. Which direction? Just the way you're set. Carolina has won the toss and will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
The Carolina Panthers will have their hands on the football first. The kickoff to Super Bowl 38 is next.
You know what's on the line. It's ours to win. It's our time now.
The teams are on the field. The Carolina Panthers are set to receive. Adam Vinatieri will kick it away for the New England Patriots. And on the receiving end, the deep man for the Panthers is number 32, Rod Smart. Averaging 23 yards a return during the regular season. He's stretching that to 26.5 in the postseason. He has a 100-yard return to his credit on a kickoff this year. The fans are ready. The teams are ready. Phil Simms, you're ready?
I am ready.
Here we go. This is Smart from the 5. Tripped up at the 20, falls forward to about the 23-yard line or so. Matt Chatham with the tackle after the 18-yard return. There is some question as to who has the football, or a little pushing and shoving on the field, but that's quickly broken up.
That's quickly broken up, and Ed Hockley, we talked to him yesterday. They want to make sure that players break them up quick. We don't want to see flags that are unnecessary. So let
Jake Delhomme. Only Kurt Warner, the other undrafted quarterback, to start in a Super Bowl. And what a long trip it's been for Jake Delhomme. Stephen Davis, Brad Hoover in the backfield. The pitch for Davis to about the 24-yard line, and Mike Vrabel racks him up there. Let's take a look at the Carolina Panthers starting offense.
Jake Delhomme.
Todd Stussy. Geno James.
Jeff Mitchell. Kevin Donnelly.
Jordan Gross.
Stephen Davis.
Brad Hoover.
Steve Smith.
Hussein Muhammad.
Chris Mangum.
A 1-yard pickup on the run by Stephen Davis, 2nd and 9. Again, Davis busts his way out to the 29-yard line. And now a look at the starters on defense for the New England Patriots.
Bobby Hamilton.
Ted Washington.
Richard Seymour. Willie McGinnis.
Teddy Bruschi.
Roman Pfeiffer.
Mike Vrabel.
Ty Law.
Eugene Wilson.
Rodney Harrison.
Tyrone Poole.
Pick up a 5 on that last play. It's 3rd and 4, and we've gotten an early indication as to what the Carolina Panthers want to do. They like to run the football first and foremost. But Delhomme will throw it here. Has time. On the move. Throws to the sideline, and it's incomplete, overthrowing his intended receiver, Steve Smith, and that will bring on the punting unit for Carolina.
Well, Carolina got what they wanted on 3rd down. 3rd and short. They go with the 5 wide receivers. Jake Delhomme gets tremendous protection. But what we saw a couple weeks ago by the New England Patriots, they jammed them all at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere for Jake Delhomme to throw the football.
Kicking for Carolina is their Pro Bowl punter, Todd Sauerbrunn, and Troy Brown is deep. Wobbles, and from the 26, it's Brown. 40. Midfield, and dragged down from behind, but not before he takes the football into Carolina territory. Carl Hankton made the stop. 45-yard kick, a 28-yard return. New England goes on offense. A look at their starting offensive line.
Tom Brady.
Matt Light.
Russ Hochstein.
Dan Copen. Joe Andrewsy.
Tom Ashworth.
Antoine Smith.
Larry Centers.
Deion Branch. Troy Brown.
Christian Fourier.
Prime field position. First series.
I'm sorry, Greg. New England likes to start fast, so it wouldn't surprise me to see do play action and try to go down the field.
Straight drop, pass over the middle, and that's complete inside the 35 to the 31. Deion Branch with the catch and a first down.
It was just a guess by me. We were at practice the other day, and they did exactly this play. Play action up inside. Tom Brady under pressure throws a terrific pass to Deion Branch over the middle.
Deion Branch with 3 touchdown catches on the year, a 16-yard pickup and a first down at the Carolina 31. Brady, this time the handoff straight ahead, Kevin Falk. And Falk inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. And a check now of the starters on defense for Carolina.
Julius Peppers. Brinson Buckner.
Christopher Jenkins.
Mike Rucker. Greg Favor. Dan Morgan.
Will Witherspoon.
Ricky Manning Jr. Deion Grant.
Mike Minter.
Reggie Howard.
2nd and 5 now for Brady and the Patriots. Play fake. Brady, quick pass, and that's complete. Inside the 20, inside the 15-yard line is Troy Brown, and another New England first down.
Well, Greg, when you see the New England Patriots line up and then all 3 of them get together, which they did that time, why they do it so the Carolina Panthers can't come up there and beat up the wide receivers, give them some space, and that's why Troy Brown goes down the field. Nobody sees him, nobody covers him, and gets the catch for the first down.
From the 14. Brady throws it away. Dan Morgan applying pressure, and that's exactly what the Carolina Panthers want to do. They want to get to Tom Brady and knock him around a little bit.
And you know what? It looks like they can do it. The first play action pass he threw of the game, it was a really tremendous play. Troy Brown on the sideline looks like his nose is bleeding. But Tom Brady, the passes, the defensive line is getting in the backfield. They are getting around him, and it's a major concern.
On the play, the ball went over a receiver's head. By rule, that is not intentional grounding.
So the discussion makes it an incomplete pass, and it's 2nd and 10. And we've seen in the postseason thus far, the Carolina Panthers go out and do just that. They rough up the opposing quarterback.
4 big, Mike Turkovac, the defensive coordinator, 4 big, good pass rushers on the defensive line for the Carolina Panthers.
Flags fly before the snap of the ball.
And what do?
False start. Offense number 12. Head bob. 5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
Well, there's something that could set the tone early on in this game.
I was getting ready to commend Tom Brady. What a job. When you're going against good pass rushers as a quarterback, draw them off sides early. Get them where they go. Okay, we better be careful. We don't want to jump off sides. So Ed Hockley must have been warned that Tom Brady bobs his head by the Carolina Panthers, and it cost him 5 yards.
This New England offense has had problems in the red zone, as you can see. 0 for their last 6 visits. It's now 2nd and 15. Brady to the end zone, incomplete. Dedrick Ward, the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd and 15.
One of the reasons why I think you're not going to see this New England Patriots team spread out and leave nobody in the backfield. Watch the pass rush by the Carolina Panthers. It is just overpowering. Julius Peppers. So the New England Patriots know this. They want to keep somebody in the backfield to help that offensive line out. And so far, 3 times, Tom Brady under pressure when he's trying to throw the football.
Once again, Antoine Smith and Larry Centers in the backfield on 3rd and long. This is Smith. Grabbed as he hit the 20, falls forward to the 18. Will Witherspoon with the tackle. And onto the field will come Vinatieri in the field goal unit.
Well, it might lead to points, but as you see Troy Brown on the sideline trying to get that nosebleed stop, but a victory for the Carolina Panthers. They give up the bad special teams play on the punt return. They give up the first play of the game. They hold here, and they give them a long field goal chance.
This will be a 36-yard attempt. And we get a flag.
Delay of game by the defense, number 71, simulated the start of a snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
So that will move it up now to about a 31-yard field goal attempt. Matt Willig was the guilty party.
Couple things he could have been doing, Greg. Faking with the hand movement real quick like the snap was coming, or calling out signals, which is illegal too by a defensive man.
So Vinatieri from 31 yards. Kick on the way, and he pushed it to the right. Adam Vinatieri with the Super Bowl game-winning kick 2 years ago missed what many would feel is a chip shot. An attempt to get on the board early falls short for New England. The experience of the best fantasy sports on CBS Sportsline. Get started today by clicking on fantasy at CBSSportsline.com. For the first time in their last 6 games, the Patriots do not score a touchdown on their opening drive. And Adam Vinatieri is the one who pushed the 31-yard field goal attempt wide. Stephen Davis, the lone back behind Delhomme, who calls the signals, and here's Davis. Running right into the heart of that 3-4 defense, and that means somewhere under there is Big Ted Washington.
Yes, Big Ted Washington, Mount Washington, whatever you want to call him. He is immovable, and both teams know that they're not going to, that Carolina's not going to have tremendous success up inside. They're going to go outside as they try to run the football. The Carolina Panthers on offense, it's running the football off tackle with power, and when they throw it with play action passes, they want to go down the field and get big plays.
The second time today, Davis has run for just 1 yard. Delhomme with time, throwing over the middle, and that's incomplete. Pass intended for Muhsin Muhammad. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And you know, you look at this New England defense, and so much is talked about how confusing they are. Romeo Crennel, the defensive coordinator, they do so much. It's so hard for a quarterback. I don't think they're going to do a lot here today, really, because the Carolina Panthers and Dan Henning, the offensive coordinator, they are going to protect the quarterback. So why take extra defenders and rush the quarterback when they're going to have guys sitting there waiting to block you?
Once again, Davis, the lone back. Delhomme under pressure and goes down at the 14-yard line. Mike Vrabel, the Patriots sack leader during the regular season with 9.5 of them, rings one up here.
Well, they come with a little pressure. Mike Vrabel is a linebacker slash defensive end. There were wide receivers open down the field, but when the quarterback does not have time, he is not going to find the open receivers. Boy, just good pressure. Vrabel starts outside, comes inside. Too fast for the Carolina offensive line.
Bloody nose or no bloody nose, Troy Brown is back in and deep for New England. Solomon. Brown at the 36. Still on his feet, dancing, trying to find the outside, turns the corner and gets outfield to about the 50-yard line, and a flag comes flying in. 50-yard kick and a 13-yard return as it stands now, and here's Ed Hockley.
During the return, holding by the receiving team, number 35. It's a 10-yard penalty enforced from the spot of the foul. New England keeps the ball, 1st down.
Patrick Pass, number 35, is the guilty party in the hold. And with that, we take a break. 9:12 to play. The opening quarter. Scoreless Super Bowl so far.
Yes Sports is sponsored by Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here. Pepsi. It's the cola. And by Universal Pictures, Van Helsing. In theaters May 7th.
Hey, tonight after the Super Bowl, they're the best of the best, and, you know, they're also some of the more annoying ones, too. 18 former survivors compete in the Ultimate Showdown. Don't miss the premiere of Survivor All-Stars tonight after the game.
Don't just say it, name it. Which ones are annoying? Don't throw a statement out there, just name them.
It's called a tease, Phil. From the 37.5-yard line, Brady goes to work. Has time, throws over the middle. It is popped up into the air and incomplete. Deion Grant came awfully close to picking it off and setting the Panthers up in New England territory if he hadn't taken it all the way.
I think Deion Grant has this football. You become a really, really good defensive back in the National Football League when your defensive front can pressure the quarterback. So the quarterback is off balance when he throws it, and he doesn't have as long to make that decision. Deion Grant read Tom Brady, just missed the interception.
2nd and 10. One man deep in the Carolina secondary. Here's Antoine Smith trying the left side, and not much there. Maybe to the 40-yard line and not much further. The status of Troy Brown. Let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Greg, Troy's running back on the field. As you said, he took a blow to the face. He was bleeding profusely from the nose area. The doctors actually stuffed some cotton swabs up into his nostrils. He lost a lot of blood, but he's back in the game. And back to you.
I can see why it would bleed when somebody puts their knee on your face.
Brady looking at 3rd and 8. The two teams so far are combined 0 for 3 on third down this evening. And now Brady backs off.
I'm sorry, Greg, he's changing protection and the play.
From the shotgun. Quick toss over the middle. Hits his man across the 40. Forward to the 45 is Deion Branch, but that will be about 3 yards shy of a first down.
You know, a lot of stuff goes on. Tom Brady told us the other day, this is the most complicated defense I have played against since I've been in the league. And that play illustrated. Instead of 4 rushers, they put 3. Brady had to tell everybody, alert them, change the play, change the protection, and Carolina still comes up with the stop.
Ken Walter to kick it away. Steve Smith, number 89, is deep for Carolina. Not a very good kick. Smith says leave it alone. It takes a New England bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and when all is said and done, the Patriots are going to like this one. Rolls to a stop just short of the 10-yard line. 44-yard punt, no return. We'll be back. Over with the Carolina offense from their own 11-yard line. Jake Delhomme, who not so long ago was a backup quarterback for Amsterdam in the World Football League.
Yeah, but don't now. Who was the starter? Kurt Warner.
Straight ahead, Stephen Davis. And Davis out to about the 13.
You know, it's interesting. Here you go. You got the Super Bowl. You got a quarterback, Jake Delhomme, first-year starter. So I talked to Dan Henney, the offensive coordinator, and I go, all right, Dan, I guess you're worried. You want to get this guy right into the groove of the game. He goes, no, I'm not worried about it. You know, we practice under pressure. I'll just call the plays whenever they come up. We don't script any. They don't know what's going to happen. Jake Delhomme doesn't want to know. He says, just call the plays into me, and I'll run them. So a loose guy when it comes to holding his emotions in check to do the right thing on the field.
Quick pass to the far side of the field. Steve Smith administers a stiff arm and gets knocked out of bounds. He went up against Ty Law.
Well, so far, we're halfway through the first quarter. What do we have? Defense, defense, and a lot more of it. And it's hard for quarterbacks to have outstanding games when they go against terrific defenses. And, well, that is some stiff arm against Tyrone Poole.
3rd and 7. Davis sat out the previous play. He's back in. Delhomme spreads the field. Just a 3-man rush. Delhomme can't elude. Now he does get away and throws it out of bounds. Jarvis Green almost had him at the goal line.
Amazing. Jarvis Green has been inactive in some games this year. 2 weeks ago in the AFC Championship game, he gets 3 sacks. Delhomme, they go outside to buy the extra time. And Jordan Gross, I think, is a little confused that Jake Delhomme is right behind him. That allows Jarvis Green to come in and put the pressure on him.
So the Carolina Panthers, 3 possessions, 3 3-and-outs. And Sauerbrunn to kick for the 3rd time. And they run out of time.
Five-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Well, when you got good defenses, there's Scott O'Brien, the special teams coordinator, but when you have good defenses, 5 yards is a big deal. Field position is going to be what this football game is all about. The Patriots moving around. They confuse the Carolina punt team. They take a delay of game.
Troy Brown sets up shop at his own 45-yard line, and his kick is going to be shorter than that. Fair catch, called for. He dropped it and fell on it at the 49-yard line, the 48-yard line of the Carolina Panthers. 39-yard punt. Troy Brown dropped it, covered it. 39-yard kick, no return, but great field position for Brady and company.
Sports is sponsored by the new Chevrolets, 10 new cars and trucks in 20 months, an American revolution. And by 50 First Dates, starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, in theaters February 13th.
A reminder coming up, the Monster Super Bowl today, halftime report. Jim, Dan, Deion, Boomer have first half analysis. That's coming your way on the Monster Super Bowl today halftime show. 6:02 to play. And for the second time in 3 drives, New England begins in Carolina territory. Patriots have had the field position advantage. Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator, looks on as Brady starts first down just inside Panther territory. Antoine Smith running room up the middle inside the 45 to the 42.
You know, I want to go back and show what Tom Brady did on the last drive as he dropped back. We talked about this in the pregame show. The fact that he can move around the pocket, shuffle, buy some extra time, and find receivers down the field. That was not a good play, but I think it illustrates what is one of his tremendous strengths as a quarterback, and he's going to need that movement in the pocket today against his Carolina defense.
On 2nd and 3, quick pass out to the side, and that's Deion Branch. Branch makes a first down inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Reggie Howard going one-on-one made the stop out there.
Now that's his play. That was not called in the huddle. That's Tom Brady just seeing that the defensive back is off of Deion Branch. They make eye contact. They throw that pass that way. They usually do that quite a bit. It'll be much harder today because this Carolina defense stays pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
That defense better stay tough, too, because on offense, the Panthers have managed just 3 total yards so far. This one wraps up just across the line of scrimmage. Big number 77, Chris Jenkins, who has the respect of everyone on the New England football side of the field.
Yeah, you're right. Did we hear enough about Chris Jenkins? Was there enough said by the New England Patriots? Their #1 goal on offense. Who's the first guy we got to stop that could keep us from winning the game? There he is, number 77, Chris Jenkins. Big, disrupts the running game, and can rush the passer.
On 2nd and 9, Brady throwing outside, has his man complete out of bounds at the 31-yard line is Deion Branch, who is having a terrific game here early on. A pickup of 6, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's interesting to watch Deion Branch going against number 21, Terry Cousins. And Terry Cousins is the extra defensive back. The Patriots, they have made a living throwing to the extra defensive back. The guy that's not a starter, well, Terry Cousins has been a starter, and he's very good at playing that inside receiver.
3rd and 3 now. Receivers stacked on the left side for Brady, and now Fourier comes in motion. On the reverse, and that one is stuffed in the backfield. Number 54, Will Witherspoon, nails Troy Brown.
There's a reason why this Carolina Panther team is in the Super Bowl. They got excellent talent. They're well coached. They're disciplined. And they got a lot of players, and Will Witherspoon is one, that nobody knows nothing about. All we know is he's got a lot of respect from the coaches. You watch him play, he makes a lot of plays just like that.
That play also eliminated any possibility for a field goal. And Steve Smith is deep for the kick from Ken Walter. Low snap. He took it on a bounce and lofts it up. Fair catch is called for and made at the 7-yard line. Nice scoop by the punter, Ken Walter. Disaster in the making. And he averted it and nailed it inside the 10-yard line. 3:04 to play. First quarter. Ken Walter. Shortstop, punter. No score. Halftime show starring Janet Jackson. The party continues later with behind-the-scenes action on AOL.com and access SuperBowl.com for post-game coverage. Back at Reliance Stadium in Houston, 3:04 to play in the first quarter of Super Bowl 38.
Yeah, look at those possessions. You look at this game right now. You're a quarterback. If you're Jake Delhomme, you got to know what it's about. You take no chances. Don't be concerned that you are not going to be a big part of it. Just be careful with the football.
Delhomme. That one's tipped and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Well, the ground game is a big part of Carolina's offense, but Ted Washington is a big part of the defense here so far.
Well, when we watch Ted Washington in the middle, number 92, when we talk to the New England Patriot coaches about him, will Carolina be able to run the football up the middle? They laugh. They go, what, are you kidding? And as you watch Ted Washington, double team, I know he's big, but this is just, he's not out there just because he's a big guy. He is a good athlete. good hands, very good feet, throws people around, and he is absolutely immovable.
The pitch to Stephen Davis on 2nd and 10. Cuts it back and falls forward across the 10. Close to the 11-yard line. Bobby Hamilton and Teddy Bruschi in on the stop.
I tell you what, it's rough out there. Look at this angle from the top. See if you can see, is there any place for Stephen Davis to run the football? The answer is no. No other options. And Stephen Davis, Greg, we talked about him. This is the guy that is about getting tough yards. And about every yard he gains today, it's going to be a tough yard.
He always wants positive yards. He feels if he doesn't get 4 yards every time he touches the ball, he isn't doing his job.
Well, he's going to be disappointed in this game.
3rd and 7. Delhomme looks back this way, lofts it up, and it's incomplete, and there's a penalty marker. Muhsin Muhammad covered by Ty Law. Here's Ed Hockley.
Holding, defense, number 24. That's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
We talked to Bill Belichick on Thursday evening, and one of the last things he said was, boy, their receivers draw a lot of penalties downfield.
Well, Muhammad is a big, fast receiver, and it doesn't look like a lot of contact that time to me from Ty Law. The Carolina Panthers, they need some help. They got it on that play. But New England, you know, there was a lot of talk about the holding that went on the championship game between Indianapolis and New England, and I'll talk about it after this play.
On 1st down, the pitch to Davis, right side, and out to the 20-yard line.
And I talked to both coaches about this because they want to know how the game is going to be called too. And if you're a player and you're a professional athlete and you're in a big game, you've got to just see what standard the game is going to be called by and deal with it. It's like a baseball player or a baseball pitcher. Find out what the strike zone is. It's established in the 1st inning, then play. So don't worry, it's not going to change once the game goes along.
The ever stoic Bill Belichick on the sideline sees Deshaun Foster come into the backfield for Carolina on 2nd and 6. Play fake. Delhomme running out of time and throws incomplete.
See, these coaches, they should have come and asked me. I might eat these words later in the game, but I doubt it. The Carolina Panthers like to throw some screens. Greg, we have done many New England Patriot games. You can't fool them. They got all those linebackers. That time it was Roman Pfeiffer, Willie McGinnis, Mike Vrabel. They just understand when a defender or when an offensive player lets you go by too fast, they know something is wrong, they recognize it, and they make the plays.
3rd and 6. Carolina, -8 throwing the football. We figured Delhomme will put it up here. Nope, the handoff. Foster. And that goes nowhere. Stacked up at the 22-yard line.
Well, that was a successful drive by the Carolina Panthers. How about that? You're in the Super Bowl. You get a 1st down and you got a punt and you go, that's success.
We're getting better.
They're getting better, and you moved it out a little, and you have a chance to get back in the field position game. I know it's not exciting, but it's kind of fun to watch.
Well, Troy Brown was on the receiving end the first few punts, and now Deion Branch stands at his own 35-yard line. Drifts back to the 30. And is buried at about the 32 or 33-yard line with 35 seconds to play in the 1st quarter. It has been a little bit like a boxing match where the two fighters are feeling each other out, but they're still hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of body punches being thrown. You're right. No knockouts yet, Greg, and I can't wait to hear the halftime guys talk about it. What are they going to talk about? Watch this form tackle. Watch this. So far, not many exciting plays on offense, but I'll tell you the truth, and we talked about it coming up to the game. Couldn't wait to see some of these physical matchups because we haven't watched the Carolina Panthers that much, and they are very impressive when you see them in person physically.
Last 35 seconds of the 1st quarter. Smith and centers in the backfield. Brady from his own 32. Play fake to Smith. Brady with time, throws, crosses pattern and ground incomplete.
Tom Brady said to us, he said a lot of positive things. He felt really good about their plan, even against this defense, which gives so many looks. But what did he say? This really I caught. He goes, but I'm curious to see, he says, about some of our physical matchups. He meant, can our wide receivers get open against a really tough man coverage by the corners? So far, they have not.
Brady hands it to Smith. Smith finds a hole across the 40 and is out across to the 41-yard line. That'll be just short of a first down. Mike Minter coming up and making the stop.
Well, the plan is if you're going to run with power, they want to run at number 90, Julius Peppers. He's the small guy on the defensive line at 6'6" and about 280 pounds. Here's number 90. They push him outside. That creates the hole inside, and good tough running by Antoine Smith.
With that, time runs down here in the first quarter. A lot of defense, a lot of punches being traded, but nothing on the scoreboard yet. A missed field goal was the closest we had. Carolina and New England are scoreless, and we're coming back to Reliant Stadium right after this. You're watching the Super Bowl on CBS. Here in the city of Houston, Reliant Stadium. Phil, we walked in here the other day, and we were just in awe. It is just a magnificent stadium.
Tremendous. It deserves to have a Super Bowl here, Greg. It really is outstanding for the fans and the team. And we have a 3rd and short situation, and I've watched Mike Vrabel, a linebacker, running on the field for offense, and Richard Seymour. This might be one big backfield.
Richard Seymour is number 93, and he goes 6'6", 310 pounds. The give is to Smith. He didn't get there. The Panthers stack that up short of first down yardage.
Boy, Dan Morgan in on the tackle. When you get a big fullback, you got to figure, okay, Richard Seymour's in there for a reason. Let's follow him. The fullback goes to the right. The defense goes to the right. Here comes the run that way, and there is nowhere to run the football, and Tom Brady having a tough time with the handoff.
Carolina defense has now rung up 13 consecutive 3rd down stops. Walters kick. Not very good. Bounces, and this time takes a Carolina bounce and rolls back across the 35 to the 37-yard line. That is a 22-yard punt. John Fox's team with a little better field position. We'll be back. Carolina, the best field position they've had all night, not just starting, but just anywhere on the field. Teddy Bruschi starting this series on the sideline. Ted Johnson has replaced him on the field, and Jake Delhomme goes to work from his own 37. Gonna look and go deep. Incomplete. Pass intended for Steve Smith. It'll be 2nd and 10. Jake Delhomme couldn't have been more emphatic when we were talking with him the other day, and he and Dan Henning are right in tune with each other. He says, Dan Henning says, if you see something you like, we'll try to take a chunk.
Oh, yeah, that's what they are. When you run the football, Greg, your way of getting those scoring plays or getting down the field quick, of course, it's going to be with big passes. They try the defense out 4 or 5 times a game with exactly throws just like that.
Jake Delhomme is just 1 out of 7 throwing the football and has 1 yard at 2nd and 10. Davis racked up behind the 35, back to the 34-yard line. Bobby Hamilton and Rodney Harrison combined for the 3-yard loss to make it 3rd and 13.
There's just 11 tough guys on the defense for the New England Patriots. It's hard to single anybody out. Rodney Harrison, he has really turned into a leader. Number 37, the bottom of your screen. Oh, man, he just throws. Ricky Proehl just throws him around, gets it on the tackle. Rodney Harrison, first year, came from the San Diego Chargers, and all the team, especially the defensive players, look up to the way he's played so far this year.
Bruschi back on the field for the Patriots on defense. 3rd and 13. Delhomme running out of time and goes down at the 25. Willie McGinnis registers the second Patriot sack of the night.
Willie McGinnis has had an outstanding year, number 55. He's gotten healthy again. 2 years ago, you thought his career might be over. He got healthy, and he has been really outstanding all year.
Deion Branch stands at his own 30-yard line for the punt from Sauerbrunn, who's getting kind of used to this so far. This is a dandy. Drifting back, fair catch called for and made at the 25-yard line. So Branch makes the fair catch after a 51-yard punt from Todd Sauerbrunn. Steve Smith came that close to getting something started for the Panthers.
Sports is sponsored by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. Walt Disney Pictures' Miracle, the greatest sports story of all time, in theaters this Friday. And by La Vitra. Stay in the game. Ask your doctor today.
Hey, later today, you can help determine the MVP. Just log on to SuperBowl.com in the fourth quarter to vote for the Super Bowl MVP, and that's only at SuperBowl.com. 13:05 to play in the first half. Brady and the Patriots will go to work at their own 25-yard line. Patriots fans getting a little antsy.
No question he's changing the play.
And he's running out of time. Just barely got the snap off in time. Cut back to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line by Antoine Smith out of the University of Houston.
Well, it took a long time for Tom Brady finally to get to tossing the ball to Antoine Smith. And when you do that, I think Carolina was expecting pass. They're looking to get up the field. And when they do that, New England takes it inside. Good block up front, too.
Picked up 6 on the play. It's 2nd and 4. And Antoine Smith again to about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line.
You know, I watched this New England offense. I thought they would probably do more shifting and moving around. Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator, they wanted to do that. That was one of their plans, because when you move, the defense usually has to move too. And when they do, you catch them off guard, get them a little bit out of position, and give your guys, your receivers, just a little bit more of a chance of getting open.
Third down conversions have been hard to come by tonight. A jump at the line of scrimmage, penalty marker flies. Brady steps up, pulls it down, throws outside, and it's complete and out of bounds to Troy Brown. The catch is made. Let's check the line of scrimmage. It looked like Chris Jenkins was leaping over all comers.
Either he jumped off sides or he is the fastest man on the football field, or the quickest.
And is grabbing his left hand as he walks toward the sideline.
Offside. Defense number 77. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Just offsides, trying to anticipate the count in an obvious passing situation. To be a good pass rusher, you got to take some chances and you got to anticipate.
Don't know where he hurt that left hand, but that's what's being looked at on the sideline, and number 96, Al Wallace, has replaced him at right tackle. Carolina at 0 total yards. Brady rolling on first down. A quick pass outside, complete, and banged out of bounds is Troy Brown.
Good job by the Patriots offense. Greg, when your quarterback is constantly under pressure, which he has been when he drops back, move the pocket around, and when you not only move in the pocket, they move receivers, and that allows Troy Brown to finally get a little space and catch a football before somebody hits him.
Yeah, Troy is over there saying, I just got this bleeding stopped in my nose. 2nd and 4. Gibbons in motion. The give is to Kevin Falk, and Falk across midfield, dragging tacklers into Carolina territory to the 47-yard line. 9 9 yards on the play, and it's a first down.
Well, you got Antoine Smith, who's a big running back who likes to go inside, and then Kevin Falk, a little smaller and fast. That time again, they find where Julius Peppers is. They run at him. Mike Minter on the outside, can't stop it. Sorry, it wasn't Julius Peppers, it was Mike Minter. And it allows Kevin Falk to get outside.
So now from the Carolina 47, Brady gives it to Falk again, and Falk to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Hey, man.
You know, you look at this offense by the Patriots so many times. We've done games, we talk about all they do. 5 wide receivers, all the shifting, the movement, the screens. And I talked to Mike Turkovac, the defensive coordinator for the Panthers. I said, well, what did you do? Get ready for the game. He goes, well, I sure as a heck didn't go over everything, because if you go over everything, all you will do is confuse your defensive players. So I told him, see what's out there and just react from what we teach you.
Brady throws, that's complete, and looks to be enough for a first down to Troy Brown. Well, so far, Tom Brady is yet to complete a pass to a running back or a tight end, and that's very un-Brady-like, because for as long as we've been watching him, he just throws the ball to everyone.
Watch Troy Brown going to rub off the receivers. It's a pick against Terry Cousins. That's why he is open on the outside. That's how you get open. Create a mess, make the defenders chase you through wide receivers and their teammates.
Well, on the far sideline, we are going to get a measurement for the first down. And it is that close. Tight ends and big backs into the lineup on third and very short yardage. Brady has all 7 of his completions to either Troy Brown or Deion Branch.
Well, I think this is a situation here where you don't even fool around. You just pick up the first down and try to continue the rhythm that your offense has finally gotten into. You know, you take away all those short passes, and you and I were talking during the commercial. You take away all those short passes that New England likes to throw, and it kind of hurts the rhythm from which they usually play by.
Brady can sneak for first down. Did he make it? We mentioned before, these Panthers had stopped 13 consecutive third down attempts. And we're going to get another measure.
Well, Tom Brady did sneak it, but he took a few hits on the way. And you go, we don't know what all those distances are, of course, on third down. But when you have a defensive front that's big, fast, and everything you want, strong, well, that covers the running game, and it covers rushing the passer, so that's why they're tough on third downs.
Back it up. Back it up, guys. Back it up. Way back. Back it up. Man, look out, man.
Let's see if Tom Brady got enough for the first down. He did not. That spot is exactly where it was on the sideline on the previous measurement.
All right, we got a big play coming up. No question. New England's going to go for it.
Now, Bill Belichick doesn't shy away from it. In fact, he said the other day, pressure doesn't bother me. I'm not afraid to make decisions. Coach, you got one here.
I tell you what, though, when you watch this New England Patriots team, a lot of people say they've never seen a group get more breaks, but when they get it in these type of situations, they seem to always come through.
Mike Vrabel is into the lineup. Richard Seymour into the lineup. 2 defensive players on this fourth down attempt.
The run did not work last time with Richard Seymour in there. You know they have a play action pass with him in the backfield too.
Fourier in motion. Antoine Smith has the first down, or does he? He was hit at the line of scrimmage. That hole on the right side closed awfully fast.
It looked like an easy first down, and Will Witherspoon just flew up in there and made the hit and took him down instantly.
Bob Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, very interested in the spot of the football.
Well, what do you think there, Eagle Eyes?
Well, I know you're not talking to me.
No. Well, I don't know. I could give a lot of reasons why I could call you that. We won't go into those on the air. Yeah, I could see you.
Line of scrimmage, the 37-yard line.
I think he got it.
Follow me.
He did get it.
Well, we saw how Mike Turgevac thought about it. I got good enough eyes to read what he thought about the spot. But it looks like there's some movement up front. New England going off tackle. And a very good, oh, there's everybody in there. Princeton Buckner underneath causing trouble. Dan Morgan. I thought he had it easy when I originally saw the play. But when you watch that replay, it doesn't look like he ever got back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, Will Witherspoon filled that hole in a hurry. .8:52 to play in the first half.
I believe, nobody's told me, I think they're challenging the play.
We'll check this out and come back to Reliance Stadium in just a moment. In Houston, and the Carolina Panthers have challenged the spot of the football, and Ed Hockley has just spent the last minute or so under the hood taking a look at replays like this one.
Boy, it's so tough. You're talking about a couple inches. Look where the football is. Get a spot on the field. Antoine Smith has it in his right hand, and it never really gets forward with it. Here's another good shot. But it's so close. How do you see something on that replay where you go, okay, let's scoot it back 3 inches or 4 inches and remeasure the spot?
Reviewing the play, the forward point of the ball at the runner's forward progress mark was the 37-yard line, which is where the ball was spotted. The ruling on the field stands as called. It's a first down, and Carolina is charged with their first timeout.
You know, Phil, you're right. You're talking about just inches, and in a situation where you would have to have irrefutable evidence to overturn the call, I just don't think that's possible.
Yeah, whatever that means. So that's beside the point. But you know what it does too, Greg? It stops the rhythm of the drive by the New England Patriots. So even though they don't get the decision their way, the Carolina Panthers, they have a chance to regroup and rethink what they're trying to do on defense.
So it's a first down for New England at the Carolina 37. Brady to throw. Graham pulls it in inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Watching some of the pushing and shoving that's going on the field, but the play action pass is on first down. That's going to give Tom Brady a chance to look down the field and see if somebody can get open before he's worried about getting hit.
Brady's numbers on the night as he looks at a 2nd and 7. And once again, Chris Jenkins comes a knocking at the line of scrimmage.
Defense, unabated path to the quarterback, number 77, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
You know, I'm not going to overstate this, but that's big stuff. It's big stuff, these 5-yard penalties. You just make it so much easier for the offense and the play calls. And in a game that every yard is so vital, you've got to get your emotions under control. Don't try to be a star. Just wait for it to be snapped and then make a play.
Brady continues to park at the line of scrimmage. Now has Antoine Smith left side, first down yardage and then some to the 20-yard line and a first down. Morgan and Witherspoon with the stop after a 9-yard gain.
Well, so much was talked about before this game started, and I don't think I spent 2 minutes talking about the New England Patriots running game to anybody all week long. It was Carolina's running, New England's tricky pass offense, but so far the best plays they've had have been the power runs off tackle by Antoine Smith.
103 total yards for the New England Patriots to Carolina's 0 in 17 offensive plays. Coming up on 7 minutes to play in the first half. Brady straight drop, throwing, it is incomplete. That pass intended for Deion Branch.
Well, they got him a little off balance, the Carolina defense. They've got some first downs. So finally we see the New England Patriots come with 5 wide receivers. Look at them across the field, and Tom Brady's looking to get somebody up the right sideline. And boy, that is good defensive coverage. If he would have thrown that football right on the money, the defender was right there to make the interception. And I couldn't quite tell, but I think it was Terry Cousins.
2nd and 10. Antoine Smith pulls his way to the 18. And now this will be an interesting conversation that John Fox will have with his team at halftime, because as he told us a few days ago, he believes the essence of the game of football is in the toughness of running the football and stopping the run. And his team has done a pretty good job of rushing the passer. But as you say, where the Patriots have made hay most often in this half is on the ground.
And they have definitely stopped Carolina's running game too.
On 3rd and 8, Falk is in the backfield. Brady fires to the 10, incomplete. David Gibbons, the intended receiver, had it, dropped it.
A lot of work by the Patriots. They go in motion. They do a lot of movement with the wide receivers. And Tom Brady finds David Gibbons open down the field. And watch 87. He turns his head just before the football hits his stomach. That's why he drops it.
So Vinatieri, who missed a 31-yarder earlier, will try this one from 36 yards out.
46.
Looking for the first points of this game. Out of Walter's hole, the kick is on the way, and it is no. Got blocked at the line of scrimmage. Rolls into the end zone. Special teams playing a part on both sides of the football. Vinatieri's kick is away, and big number 98, Shane Burton, got a hand on it. We're still scoreless.
Sports is sponsored by Sierra Mist, one shockingly refreshing lemon lime from the makers of Pepsi, and by Troy. The legend will live May 14th.
On February the 8th, Ty Law, Willie McGinnis, Stephen Davis, and Chris Jenkins joined Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Steve McNair, and many more in Honolulu for the 2004 Pro Bowl. Check your local listings for more. SuperBowl.com or Super Bowl on AOL. And look at this view of the blocked field goal.
98, Shane Burton inside. The Carolina Panthers, we talked about it. That kick just never gets up high enough. John Fox gets excited, but they believe they are the more powerful team, and you saw it on that field goal block.
A 7-minute, 5-second drive comes up empty, and Stephen Davis is stood up at the 25-yard line by Bobby Hamilton.
Well, I don't want to, rat you out, Greg, but before the game, we were talking about the Patriots defensive front. You go, oh, come on, I haven't said Bobby Hamilton's name in weeks. And I said, but that's what happens when you are a down defensive lineman in a 34 defense. You have to just protect the linebackers who are going to make the tackles. And Carolina going with the hurry-up offense.
Galone with time over the middle, wide open at the 35-yard line. It's incomplete. Mangum had it and dropped it.
Well, just like Adam Vinatieri, he lost a little confidence and rhythm when he missed that first field goal. Chris Mangum wide open. You're having no success on offense, so you lose rhythm, Greg. You lose a little confidence. Now you try to be too perfect. It's not natural, and that's why the throw was a little off target by Jake Delhomme.
This is the longest we have ever gone in a Super Bowl scoreless. 3rd and 12 now. Delhomme hit from behind, lost the football. It's on the ground inside the 20-yard line, recovered by the Patriots. Mike Vrabel, who had a sack earlier, comes in from the blind side.
Well, they're trying to go down the field, and Jake Delhomme just takes too long to find the open receiver. You've got to know the pressure is on you, and you got to make that decision quick and get rid of the football. Mike Vrabel, tremendous outside linebacker, and then Richard Seymour, 93. Nice pickup by the big guy inside.
So the break goes to the Patriots at the 20-yard line. They make their own break, and now Brady and company in position.
Receivers are open down the field for Carolina, but they have not been able to deliver the football to him.
Graham in motion. Antoine Smith straight ahead. What a burst inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
If I was a Carolina defensive lineman, I'd dig in a little more, because the run game is where you're getting attacked. I know they came into this game, and we talked about it with them, Greg. All they wanted to do was get to the quarterback. There's the 5th fumble loss in the last 9 games by Jake Delhomme.
Now Delhomme, plenty of reason to be upset. He had close to a first down out near the middle of the field. Mangum dropped the wide open pass, and now it's 2nd and 3. And Antoine Smith goes nowhere, wrapped up at the 17-yard line.
You know, it's a little late now, but we heard it many times from Patriot players and coaches. The one consistent thing, or one that they have seen from Carolina's offense, is what, Greg? They put the football on the ground, and they were relying on that, and they finally got the offense in enough pressure where they made the mistake.
Kevin Falk into the lineup. 3rd and 6. New England still shooting blanks in the red zone. Brady with good protection. They're going to run it right up the middle to the 10, to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
This run by Tom Brady is just about being relaxed and playing the game the way you usually do. Don't force a pass. Nobody's open. They forget. They weren't even worried about Tom Brady running the football, and the space was so big, he saw it and took advantage of it.
Tom Brady waits until Super Bowl 38 to come up with his longest run of the season. Good for 12 yards, 1st down. Brady has it, throwing, touchdown.
That is reason to celebrate this game, because a touchdown is huge. Tom Brady, terrific play action fake. It fools the defense. Deion Branch wide open.
Branch's first postseason touchdown. Vinatieri has not been fortunate in the kicking game today, but gets the extra point through. 3:05 to play in the first half. The Patriots dent the scoreboard. Brady to Deion Branch, and the Pats are on top by a score of 7-0. And Tom Brady, return trip to the Super Bowl. Happy times in New England. For the moment, anyway. We're back to Reliance Stadium after this.
what it is, and so far New England's done a good job with that.
Now, the interesting thing will be Jake Delhomme. One of the things John Fox likes about his young quarterback is he says he doesn't go into the tank when he does poorly out on the field. Not that he has been performing poorly. He's been under a lot of pressure, but he hasn't been getting the results he wants.
Well, that's right. That's always a good sign for a quarterback. When you make a mistake, you can't let it bother you too much, because you got to shake it off and come back out and get going again. Because, Greg, you talk about situations like that. If you're an NFL quarterback, you're going to make some mistakes.
Rod Smart is deep. Vinatieri's kick. A couple of steps inside the end zone, and here comes Smart. Can't escape the pursuit. Penalty markers fly as he's dragged down at the 10-yard line by Chris Akins. And now another flag, and another flag. It's raining yellow.
Well, I had one coach tell me after they had played the New England Patriots, he said, you know what impresses me? They never talk on the field. They just play. They don't get involved in all these altercations. But Ed Hockley, again, we talked to him, Greg, and they were concerned about it. When you got a defensive game going on, it starts to get emotional because every play is so important. So the players start getting a little more revved up, and you got to be there to break it up when it starts.
When you got a defensive game going, you got some serious hitting going on the field. Conversation after conversation, and now Ed Hockley appears ready to deliver the verdict. Here we go.
There were 2 fouls by Carolina during the return. Holding, number 57, that penalty is declined. There was also a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 52. That penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal line. Carolina keeps the ball, first down.
So the foul call on Lester Towns is declined. The one against Brian Allen, number 52, is accepted. And not an unfamiliar situation for the Carolina offense. They find themselves deep in their own territory. Delhomme going to throw it. Far sideline. It is batted down, incomplete. Tyrone Poole, stride for stride with the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd and 10. Steve Smith was the man the pass was intended for.
Well, Steve Smith is the home run hitter for this Carolina offense. He's explosive, he is fast, and they want to pick on Tyrone Poole, but that is not good. That is excellent coverage. Greg, your pet peeve, Tyrone Poole did it. He turned and looked for the football and made the play.
Delhomme just 1 out of 9 for a yard. Chris Mangum has moved into the backfield. Here's Davis. And Davis bulls his way out to about the 10-yard line. And again, a little more pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Yeah, there was a little extra business going on down there, and I just heard Ed Hockley say, I'm going to stop it.
It'll be 3rd and 5.
Let's watch this after the play. Now, there was a lot of movement, really nothing bad. Teddy Bruschi getting a little extra push as he gets up. Hey, it's a rough and tough game. You're allowed to push him around every once in a while. That's what I do up here in the booth.
Carolina's longest play of the day is a 5-yard gain. Delhomme with time over the middle, juggled and caught close to the 25-yard line by Ricky Prohl, the veteran. His 14th season out of Wake Forest, and that'll be a first down.
How tough of a catch was that for Ricky Prohl? That took points off the board for the New England Patriots, this first down.
At 1:54 to play, our 2-minute warning.
My goodness. It's rough out there, as they would say, but Jake Delhomme, that was a huge completion by him. He needs it. He needs confidence. he's got to give confidence to his teammates and to the coaches, and especially to Dan Henning, who's calling the plays for him.
Delhomme has 2 completions today. He's been sacked 3 times. Stepping up, looking, throwing. It is caught. Penalty marker flies back upfield. The reception is made by Muhsin Muhammad, who turned this way and that before pulling it in. And now let's check the flag.
Well, it looks like it's going to be against New England, of course.
Illegal contact by the defense. That penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
What did Ed Hochuli say to us? If I go to the receiver, it looks like it's on the defense. If he comes to me,
it's on the offense. That's right.
Before the last 2 plays by Carolina, they had -2 yards. And they're piling them up now. On first down, Delhomme. Throwing. Got his man inside the 40-yard line. Ricky Prohl. Second big catch by Prohl. And they move inside the 40 to the 39 of New England. Clock continues to move, coming up on 1.5 to play.
Those last completions got the confidence and settled down Jake Delhomme. A blitz, he just stood in there, relaxed, and made a nice throw.
Delhomme over the middle and a little bit too high. Intended for Muhsin Muhammad.
Nice movement in the pocket by Jake Delhomme. Oh, Ricky Prohl coming across the middle. Nothing illegal. Rodney Harrison. It's close. Oh, it's not even close. Hits him right on the shoulder pads and takes him down. And look, when you play the Patriots, you got to know. Number 37's back there. You catch it over the middle. Take the big hit. Big deal. Get up. Catch another one.
Carolina visits New England territory for the first time tonight. Delhomme, good protection, throwing into the 20-yard line, and a fine catch by Muhammad, and it's incomplete. Couldn't hold on to it. Muhammad appeared to lose his footing just a bit.
Well, the football is thrown behind him, and now I'm starting to understand what the New England Patriots were talking about. You cover him down the field, and Jake Delhomme just throws it. His receivers find the football fast, and then they come back and make catches. Greg, case in point, the championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Muhammad in the end zone, double covered, comes back before the defenders can make a move and gets the touchdown catch.
56 total yards for the Panthers on this drive. 3rd and 10, and we get a timeout call. Timeout is called by New England. 1:14 to play in the first half. Patriots by 7. Panthers playing catch-up.
Were terrific. And I'm sure the halftime will be too. Romeo Crennel, I think the decision you make here, or you're trying to make, if you're New England, do we come after the quarterback, don't let them get a pass or get in field goal range with a completion, or do we play it safe? And at worst, give them a long field goal attempt.
This is a drive that began on the Carolina 5-yard line. Delhomme needs the 29 for a first down. Gonna go deep down the far sideline. It is caught. Touchdown. Steve Smith.
Greg, you said something. What did Dan Henning, what's he tell Jake Delhomme? Don't be afraid to take a chance. So New England does blitz. It leaves single coverage, and what an unbelievable release by Steve Smith. Tyrone Poole does not even touch him because he's so quick and elusive. He gets around him before he can hit him. He's open for the touchdown pass. Pretty good dance, too.
John Casey will look to tie the game. Extra point is good.
Well, the Patriots want to keep them out of field goal range. They take a chance, and Jake Delhomme makes them pay for it.
This is Bethel Johnson, speedster extraordinaire from the 6-yard line. Breaks through at the 20 and then is wrapped up. Number 28, Colin Branch, the rookie out of Stanford. And let's go back to the play.
Watch it. Tyrone Poole, blitz. You got him man-to-man. So really good fake inside. Then he goes outside. Now you're just playing catch-up. The ball is thrown high, outside. It's perfect. That is a perfect throw. When a quarterback throws it perfect, it's hard to stop. And Jake Delhomme, yeah, baby.
That 95-yard drive by Carolina, the second longest in Super Bowl history, by 1 yard to the 96-yard drive the Bears put together against the New England Patriots.
Out of nowhere, it comes. Big throws by Jake Delhomme, get it done.
Brady from the shotgun. Just under a minute to play in the first half. Has time, throws far side. Gibbons complete and out of bounds for a first down. David Gibbons, who hails from the city of Houston, spoke at the elementary school earlier this week at which his younger brother still goes. Said he thought he was just going to speak to about 15 or 20 kids. He spoke to the whole school.
The whole school. You know, pretty exciting for a guy to come home, play in his hometown. All the kids had his jerseys on, and so pretty uplifting moment for David Gibbons.
Gibbons' 12-yard catch, his first catch of the night. 54 seconds to play. Brady just got rid of it. It is incomplete. And Brady pulls himself off the turf. Pass intended for Gibbons.
Well, you know what? Tom Brady, he knows he's got a good feel. He's got a good time clock in his head. And he knows when trouble's about ready to get there. He excels at it.
Let me guess, the quarterbacks who don't have that good clock don't last very long.
Yeah, that's right. They're either hurt or on the bench for a lot of bad fumbles or for a lot of fumbles.
2nd and 10. Brady, time, deep, has his man, caught. Deion Branch inside the 15-yard line, first down, and the Patriots are back in business. 52 yards. 35 seconds to play in the first half. We'll be back.
Branch gets wide open up the top, goes across the middle. Watch the deep safety. I think it's Mike Minter who's supposed to stay back. He's reading Tom Brady's eyes. Tom Brady looks left, then comes back to the middle of the field, and that's why Deion Branch is wide open. Ricky Manning Jr. expected help in the middle of the field. It's not there. What a good job by Manning chasing the receiver and making a tackle to save the touchdown. And what a good job by Tom Brady. That's making a defense move by looking one way, influencing the defense. They move and you throw it where they're not.
What an immediate turnaround in field position to the 14-yard line. Carolina now with as many total yards as Deion Branch claims. 1st and 10 from the 14. Brady steps up, corner of the end zone, and overthrew his man Gibbons.
Wow, wide open. Everybody was wide open that time for the New England Patriots. Tom Brady just plays it safe, and I think he gets a little anxious. That's why it goes so high.
Ricky Manning having a conversation with a teammate back there.
David Gibbons in the back of the end zone. He's going to go up the field. Manning lets him go. He thinks the safety's going to pick him up, and nobody did. And Tom Brady knows a touchdown was missed.
That's the conversation that Manning was having with Deion Grant. 2nd and 10. Brady throwing to the 5-yard line, and that's complete. That will be just short of a first down. And once again, David Gibbons on the receiving end. And timeout is called to stop the clock with 23 seconds to play. Jerry Richardson, the owner of the Carolina Panthers. You know, we talked about that horrible season that the Panthers endured 2 years ago, won their first game of the year and then lost the next 15. And players told us it's easy to get down on yourself and to doubt yourself. You think you're going to win and then you don't. And we said, well, where does that reassurance come? And Mike Minter says it all started with Jerry Richardson.
Yeah, he walked around and told all of his players, the ones that he knew that were going to be back the following year after a 1-15 season, don't worry, we're going to do whatever it takes to turn this around. And they did. The biggest step of all that we're finding out is the most important step in the NFL is hiring the right coach, and that was John Fox.
Jerry Richardson talked to his team this week about his own experiences as an NFL player. He played 2 seasons for the Baltimore Colts back in '59 and '60 and caught a touchdown pass in the '59 championship game against the New York Giants. 3rd and 1. Brady, play fake, throw, touchdown. Welcome home to Houston, David Givens.
That was some drive by this New England offense. It was some drive by Tom Brady. They got the drive going, and then they moved the pocket, the big pass down the field, and the timely play calling. 3rd and 1. Carolina reacted to the run again. Givens wide open for the touchdown. Almost the same play as before, but to the other side.
Vinatieri for the extra point gets it through. Just as this game was getting into the habit of being scoreless, we've had a virtual explosion. For the 2nd time today, Brady throws a 5-yard touchdown pass.
Look at the defenders. Everybody near the line of scrimmage. Ricky Manning Jr. goes, where are the defenders in the middle of the field to help me out? Again, good fake by Tom Brady. But the most important thing about plays being successful is when you call them. So the play caller is so important to know when to call that play to deceive the defense. Wow, nice look at how the Carolina defense overplays again, and they get beat. You know, Greg, you get in a big game, and we hear this so many times from coaches. Just do your job. Don't try to do anything more. When you go outside your job, it always backfires. So don't be too aggressive. Don't run out of where you're supposed to be on the field. When you do, well, we have seen a couple plays where that happened.
Boy, how about David Givens, who told us the other night, yeah, I had a mentally tough, rocky road in college at Notre Dame when he played the game there.
Yeah, he went to Notre Dame as just an athlete, didn't even know what position he was going to play.
Along the ground, picked off at the 35-yard line by Chris Mangum, and Mangum up to about the 47-yard line. So there will be some decent field position as some pushing and shoving continues along the far sideline.
Well, you know, can I just say one more time how much I hate the squib kick? Have I said that much? I say a lot of things. I know it's hard for you to keep count of them, but the squib kick, look what it does. They pick it up. Good job by Carolina. Recognize it, pick it up. Tremendous field position. Now you're looking at getting a chance for 2 plays to kick a field goal.
With a rejuvenated and newly confident quarterback in Jake Delhomme.
Absolutely. And 2 timeouts. So you can throw it anywhere on the field.
Davis and Hoover in the backfield. And straight ahead is Stephen Davis. Davis 40 inside the 35-yard line. And a timeout with 5 seconds on the clock.
What a call. If it didn't work, all of us would be going, what a stupid call. What are they doing? New England playing pass 100%. Good blocking up front, and Stephen Davis finally sees some open space to run the football in.
Rips off a 21-yard pickup all the way to the New England 32.
Can I tell you how much I hate the squib kick? Oh, I said that, didn't I? But Dan Henning, we just talked about play calling. It's all about the timing. Everybody runs the same plays in the National Football League. What makes the difference, of course, is skill and when you call them.
And John Casey will now try this one from 50 yards out. This season, he hit 53 twice. He has a 52-yarder in the postseason. Casey on the way. And it's good. The Carolina Panthers close out the first half. We had no points in the first almost 27 minutes of this game, and then 24 points onto the board in the last 3 minutes and 5 seconds of the first half. Casey, deadly from 50 yards out. On the sideline, John Fox probably saying, thank you for the squib kick. It backfired on the Patriots, and Delhomme finishes the first half on a positive note. We have come to the end of the first half of Super Bowl 38. There's our score, 14-10 Patriots. Back with the Monster Super Bowl today. Halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. This is the Super Bowl on CBS.
Well, Greg, I think that we learned something talking to both coaches. They knew the game was going to be disjointed early. Hang in there. And then Bill Belichick says, history tells us in the second half a lot goes on in these Super Bowl games. So I think both teams settled down, and now we're going to see a lot more plays executed well.
I think we found in the first half, too, that the Carolina Panthers can certainly hang with and contend with the favored New England Patriots. The Patriots haven't exactly dictated to the Panthers the way they've been able to dictate to other teams down this stretch.
Well, because this is the best team for the NFC. I think in the first half, the New England Patriots controlled themselves better than the Carolina Panthers did. They didn't blow assignments. They didn't have as many penalties, so that's a plus for them. So in the second half, can Carolina settle down, just play, not try to do something extraordinary, and give themselves a chance to win?
All right, speaking of adjustments for the second half, let's check in on the field first with Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie.
Well, Greg, John Fox could not emphasize enough how pleased he was with the defense and the special teams' ability to keep the Carolina Panthers in the game. Phil, you're exactly right. Fox said that Delhomme had the jitters. He finally started to settle down when they went no huddle, eventually went on for that 95-yard drive that scored the touchdown. Only 40 yards on rushing. That's a concern. What Fox told me was they tried to test the perimeter early. They're going to try to hit a couple other spots in the second half to free up some room for Davis and Foster. Armin?
Thanks, Bonnie. In the locker room at halftime, offensive coordinator Charlie Weis emphasized the importance of pass blocking, allowing Tom Brady, what he said, time to make a game-changing play downfield. Then Bill Belichick spoke. He said, listen, just for a couple of plays, situational plays, we played very well. The importance here now is to take it one play at a time. Don't think about the next 30 minutes. Think about the next play. And then finally, Greg, Adam Vinatieri has changed his left foot, the shoe on his left foot. He's gone for some longer traction, or longer plant foot, excuse me. He wants better traction. We'll see what happens with that. Back to you.
All right, Armin, and 2 missed field goals by Vinatieri. Again, one other thing that was just a little bit out of character for this New England team. He pushed one to the right on a 31-yard attempt, and then he had another attempt blocked. There's Adam Vinatieri. Panthers will kick it away to start the second half. Phil still with his dancing shoes on after the halftime show.
Oh, yeah. I'm a man of many talents. Thank you, Greg. I'm glad you noticed.
Had the boogie fever.
We have a surprise guest on the field.
Well, the halftime entertainment apparently never stops.
And what do you call that dance?
Silly?
Well, it's a bad body, I'll tell you that, and there's too much of it being shown.
Well, let's check out the halftime numbers. In second quarter yardage, you see the Patriots with 145 yards compared to 96 for the Panthers, but the 96 in the second quarter was a tremendous improvement over the way they started this game.
Yes, it was. I think what Bonnie Bernstein said, talking to John Fox, that Jake Delhomme may be a little nervous the start of the game. Well, of course. It's only the Super Bowl, your first season starting, but I thought he handled it very well, coming back at the end of the first half, making some big completions and a perfect throw on a touchdown.
Well, John Fox rallying his troops on the sideline, looking for them, I am sure, to start off defensively as decisively as they started the game. Well, the midfield disturbance has been dispensed with.
Well, I'm going to go back to what these coaches said. The start of the game is tough because you wait so long, the commercial breaks, everything that goes with the Super Bowl that's different than a regular season game. They handled it pretty well. They got in rhythm at the end of the second quarter. Let's see how it plays out now. Now you're relaxed. You should have a better chance of performing well.
Phil, I think we've had an omen that the second half is going to be a lot of raw, naked football.
And thank God it's not used.
Bethel Johnson and Kevin Falk are deep as Casey kicks it away, and we're underway in the second half. From the 8 is Johnson. 25 and hit hard. Head on by Kemp Rasmussen, number 97, after a 19-yard return. In the first half, New England on offense. Brady, 13 of 21. The 2 5-yard touchdown passes. Antoine Smith racked up 43 yards on the ground. And Deion Branch had 88 through the air, including the TD.
Those are some good performances by 3 guys in this New England offense.
The last 2 drives for New England have produced touchdowns. And Antoine Smith will try it off the right side.
Now, I want to go back to watch. I didn't really answer your question at halftime, Greg. I was listening to you, but I just chose to say something else. But when you were talking about, you say, well, New England's not dictating the way they usually do. Maybe not. Remember, quality football team they're going against. You're used to seeing New England, the screens, all the little cute plays. Well, that's not there. But they're showing you that they're versatile, that why they're in the Super Bowl, they have more ways than one to win football games. And today, it's running it and throwing it down the field with play-action passes.
On the ground again, Smith tries the left side. And he's stacked up just short of the 30-yard line. Dan Morgan and Will Witherspoon on the tackle, and it'll be a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, you know what happens too? You go in at halftime, and you know all the coaches of the Carolina Panthers are going, hey, come on. Well, for granted that we were going to stop the running game, we let them get away with it. So that'll settle the front down by the Carolina Panthers. Make them get into the ground a little more, hold their turf, and when you do that, that usually says the quarterback has a little more time to throw the football.
Brady will operate out of the shotgun. He needs the 36-yard line for a first down. Stepping up on the run, flips it to Falk. Falk spun around at the 35-yard line and will be just short of a first down.
We've seen it so many times today. Tom Brady not even close to being a fast quarterback, but what he does, moving around in the pocket, nice presence, very calm, finds Kevin Falk right in front of him and almost gets a big first down. Well, not a big one, but the first one.
They needed 6. They got 5. Walter has not had a magnificent night kicking the football.
They're giving him too much respect. They're way too deep on the returns. And again, they can't even get up to make a fair catch.
Bouncing back toward the New England Patriots, and it's finally down at the 47-yard line. Only a 23-yard punt, and you know what? You can't blame all of that yardage on Ken Walter. Someone has to kill the football. Okay, you look at special teams coach Brad Seeley. Adam Vinatieri has missed a field goal. He's had 1 blocked. And Ken Walter, the last 2 punts have gone 22 and 23 yards respectively.
Well, Bill Belichick told us he was very, very concerned about the punts, that how much yardage they were going to be giving up to Carolina.
Stephen Davis trying left side and isn't going to get anything done there. Forward progress is going to be marked close to the 44 in the first half offensively. Jake Delhomme was just 5 out of 15, 91 yards and a big touchdown pass. Davis chalked up 40 yards on 10 carries, and Steve Smith had 2 catches for 40 yards, and one of them was a 39-yard TD.
You know what? If you'd have told Jake Delhomme you're going to be 5 of 15, 91 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions, would you take it? And he says, absolutely. So even though it wasn't the prettiest first half you want to see. It was still effective, and he survived some very, very rough moments.
Delhomme started the game 1 of 9. He's been 4 of 6 since, and this is Davis again, and Davis bouncing off tacklers midfield. Penalty marker flies behind him as he moves to the 41-yard line. And this is going to come back.
Offense, number 78. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Geno James, the 4th-year guard out of Auburn.
Well, I wanted to say in this second half, Carolina is going to have to show some patience and continue to try to run the football, because that'll at least keep the defense honest. Maybe it'll give Jake Delhomme a little more time to throw the football. And Greg, as we got ready for this game, Stephen Davis, we know Deshaun Foster, if they just keep running, you don't even have to block sometimes really well for them. They're good enough to break tackles, make people miss, and get big yardage.
You saw Brad Hoover being worked on the sideline. Chris Mangum replaces him in the backfield. We get a penalty marker. That looks like offside for New England as that play goes nowhere. And looks like they're going to get some yardage back down.
Of course, I'm sitting up here watching. I want to see every single time that they leave Steve Smith.
Offside. Defense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Mike Vrabel a little too antsy on that snap.
I want to see every single time, though, if they let Steve Smith be single covered on the outside.
Steve Smith was interesting when we talked to him the other day.
Yeah.
I'm not cocky. I'm not arrogant, but I am very confident.
That's right.
On 2nd and 13. Pass outside, and that is complete. Bouncing off the tackler is Jermaine Wiggins, and Wiggins looking for first down yardage and got it.
How about that? The expatriate Jermaine Wiggins, just showing that he is so big. The play action pass that fools the defense just a little, lets him get open. Tyrone Poole can't make the tackle, and then Eugene Wilson says, oh, this big guy can't run around me. He jumps over him.
Jermaine Wiggins, a member of the Patriots Super Bowl team 2 years ago. 46-yard line of the Patriots. First down. Delhomme throwing, and that's complete to 40. And again, it's Wiggins. And this time, Wiggins is brought to the ground by Rodney Harrison.
The one thing I like about Jake Delhomme, when I came into this game, I watched him, and everybody would ask me, well, what is it about him that gives him a chance to be so good? And we talked about this in the pregame. He throws the ball well, off balance, people all around him, falling backwards on his right foot, and still puts the perfect throw to Jermaine Wiggins.
As we watched game film, you described him, he flicks it.
He does. He's got tremendous. You know, I watched him too when he came into our meeting the other day. And of course, it's easy to flick the football when you got hands like, you know, about a foot long. So he's got those big long fingers, helps him throw the football.
Play clock down to 2 to 1. And he gets it off. Straight drop. Has time. Throws. And that's complete. Lost the football. Picked off by the Patriots. It's going to be ruled incomplete pass.
Wow, big break, really, for the Carolina Panthers, because that could have turned into a touchdown. Muhsin Muhammad catches it. Nice throw by Jake Delhomme. Sidearm across the field, right on target. Does he catch the football, have possession of it before he's hit? Everybody's crying in the stands. It's not going to be overruled no matter what you do. The Patriots can't get it because it was blown dead, incomplete. And if Carolina says they want to challenge the completion, the officials, even if it was, would say no. You're taking advantage of the rules. We won't give it to you.
3rd and 4. Delhomme pumping once, twice, throwing, and that's incomplete, coming up short of his receiver, Ricky Prohl.
Boy, Jake Delhomme is upset. I got to tell you what we saw on film, Greg, is so true. That play, he can snap it. Off balance, 1 foot, goes sidearm, and throws a strike out there. But Ricky Prohl just doesn't recognize what he's trying to do too quick, or quick enough.
Solid run now will try to pin the Patriots deep in their own territory. Troy Brown stands inside his 10. Pops it up high. Fair catch is made at the 9-yard line. Jake Delhomme, just when he's about to try to find a little rhythm, can't quite get there. We'll be back.
CBS Sports is sponsored by Cialis. Ask your doctor if a free sample of Cialis is right for you. Expedia.com. Don't just travel, travel right. And by Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
We remind you, get the official Super Bowl champions locker room gear, including the same cap and tee worn by the players during the post-game celebration. Click on shop at cbssportsline.com.
Well, Greg, we get a chance. We're going to go back and look at that incompletion to Muhammad because both coaches are complaining, and Bill Belichick had Ed Hockley all the way over to the sideline. It comes across. You watch it, and I'll talk about it here in a second.
The Patriots start inside their own 10-yard line, and Brady will throw. Incomplete at the 25-yard line, intended for Deion Branch. Let's go to that play.
Well, Bill Belichick wants it to be a completion, then a fumble, which they recover. But the officials rule it incomplete on the field. So if it's incomplete, there can be no fumble, and that can't be reviewed. So he told him that. And as I was explaining, John Fox goes, well, maybe it was a completion and they made a mistake, so let's review it. He can't either because the officials in the league will not let you take advantage of a loophole in the rule book.
Brady on 2nd and 10 has time. Quick pass over the middle out to the 14-yard line to Troy Brown.
Well, we just missed a play before. Reggie Howard had the coverage on the first play. Joe Andruzzi looks a little shook up. If he would have turned and looked for the football, he could have intercepted it.
3rd and 5. Andruzzi looking like he's trying to shake the cobwebs loose. Brady throws outside. That is complete. And Kevin Falk, has enough for the first down out to the 22-yard line.
Well, the Patriots just mixing it up. Tom Brady looking to the right and makes a good, quick decision. Nothing open deep. Throw it short. Julius Peppers, number 90. This guy is a star waiting to happen. 6'6", 280, can run around people. Tremendous athlete. Just needs a little more time to really show that ability on the field.
Yeah, just still learning the game. First down at the 22-yard line. Smith pulls his way across the 25 to the 20, just about the 26-yard line. Dan Morgan in on the tackle. Dan Morgan, such a key ingredient to this football team. Missed 5 games and parts of 3 others because of concussions earlier in the year. And when he wasn't in the game, the rushing yards against the Carolina Panthers were up significantly.
Yeah, over 60 yards a game. It's the old domino effect, Greg. He goes out, then they got to move somebody else that's starting into his position, bring in a new player, and all of a sudden you got a couple extra guys in there who are not used to working together, and you give up big plays.
2nd and 6. Smith again. Dances his way across the line of scrimmage and out to about the 29. And it'll be a 3rd and 3.
You know, I said it earlier. You look at teams, and teams that have success and go to the Super Bowl and win it, there's never one way that you do it every single game to win. There have been a few exceptions, of course, defensively, the Baltimore Ravens, but the Patriots defense, short passing game. Today it's been more down the field and good, solid running.
Going to try to get it on the ground and straight ahead and out across the 30 to about the 32 is Kevin Falk, and this will be very close.
Boy, that's patience. That you a lot more patience than you usually see from the New England Patriots. Hey, ball. But I can tell you why they do that. And
this is short, by the way. 4th down.
4th down. I'm sorry, Greg. They do it because inside, Chris Jenkins and those defensive tackles on third down, they want to rush the passer. So they're going up the field. They're trying to run between them as they go up the field. Chris Jenkins and company did a good job looking for it that time. It's kind of like what I do to you, Greg. I'll let you think every once in a while I'm not going to talk, but you know there's no chance.
Chris Jenkins looks on. Just a few inches short of a first down, but Bill Belichick has sent his punting unit onto the field. Ken Walter has kicked 4 times and is not averaging 31 yards, and Steve Smith is way back at his own 25-yard line.
How much does he have to see before he scoots up about 10 yards? If you catch one of them, you can return it. Oh, he got one.
Got a decent one, drives him back inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. And he gets a penalty marker thrown as he returns to the 20. So all Ken Walter did that time was launch a 52-yard punt.
Yeah, he heard you talking bad about him. So he said, I'll show that Greg Gumner.
Here's Ed Hockley with the call.
Terrible block by the Panthers. Not even a chance. I didn't see what number, but he blocked in the back.
You're saying it was blatant.
That's a good word.
During the return, illegal block in the back by the receiving team, number 52. It's a 10-yard penalty. Carolina keeps the ball, first down.
It's the second penalty of the night against Brian Allen, a reserve linebacker, number 52. Brian Allen will be the result or the cause of the ball being pushed back to the 10-yard line. And for the 4th time tonight, the Panthers start inside their own 15-yard line. Just a few moments ago, the Patriots were starting a drive at their own 10. Now that's where the Panthers started their own 10-yard line. Back to Old Faithful on the ground, and this time Stephen Davis is tripped up at the 10, falls forward to the 11, and coming up tonight after the Super Bowl, they know how to outwit, outplay, and outlast. Your favorite survivors compete in the ultimate showdown. Survivor All-Stars premieres tonight right here on CBS, America's most watched network.
So really, which one of them are those survivors that you don't like?
Oh, they're a bunch of annoying guys, and they're guys and gals.
I know once one of those guys takes his clothes off and goes, hey, I'm out of here. Vote me off. I'm not looking at that nasty body any longer.
2nd and 9. Davis again picks his way across the 15 out to the 17-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and about 3.
It's tough. You're in the Super Bowl. You're down 14-10. It's getting late in the 3rd quarter to remain true to what you do. And that's run the football. You got to be patient. You got to know that you're going to have a lot of plays that are ugly, that don't work well. But if you stay with it, sooner or later we'll create a scenario for you where maybe you can take advantage of it.
Davis and Hoover in the backfield. 3rd and 3. Delhomme pulls it down a couple of times, and now he's on the move. Tripped up, lost the football. He is ruled down back at the 14-yard line. Rodney Harrison tripped him up just as Delhomme got up ahead of speed.
Well, the old saying, the ground cannot cause a fumble. Yes, it can, but it cannot cause a fumble when there is contact that puts you to the ground. So Delhomme, tremendous protection, nobody open, and Rodney Harrison saves the first down.
That is the 4th New England sack of the game. Sauerbrunn to kick it away. Troy Brown deep. He got off a good one. Brown from the 38. We have a marker down on the near side of the field, back up field. 49-yard punt, a 7-yard return, and now Ed Hockley will consult.
I've heard you say a lot of things, but consult?
Consult.
Now, you know, your brother was bragging on you how you were so great with the English language. Oh, like I didn't know that. Like I don't hear that enough from you.
During the kick, holding by the receiving team, number 58. That's a 10-yard penalty, and it's enforced from the end of the kick. 10 yards. New England keeps the ball. First down.
So this will back the Patriots up into less favorable field position. 3:57 to play in the third. We're back to Houston after this.
Sponsored by Monster. Will today be the day they say you're hired? Monster. Today's the day. And by Gillette Mach 3 Turbo. For the closest shave with less irritation, even against the grain.
On February the 8th, Ty Law, Willie McGinnis, Stephen Davis, and Chris Jenkins will join Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Steve McNair, and many more in Honolulu for the 2004 Pro Bowl. Check your local listings, and for more, go to SuperBowl.com or Super Bowl on AOL.
Fanning them down because it is warm in here. They closed the roof here at the stadium today because there was a pretty good chance thunderstorms as the evening wore on, and some chance of severe thunderstorms. So
the retractable roof has been retracted for the night. Brady with 5 wide receivers on first down from his own 29. With time, over the middle, has Deion Branch to the 45 and a first down.
Now you talk about how things have changed. The New England Patriots, usually when they go 5 wide receivers, it's gone already. He's thrown it. But look down the middle, look at the space. Perfect throw by Tom Brady. And the Carolina Panthers, usually when you go 5 wide receivers, they blitz you to make sure they can hit your quarterback. They didn't send one extra guy that time.
And we get a
Chris Jenkins
or two.
Defense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, Chris Jenkins has spent almost as much time on the other side of the line before the snap as he has after the snap.
Well, I will say this too. They're playing a lot of plays. Chris Jenkins, Princeton Buckner, Mike Rucker, they've kept them in there almost the whole game.
Brady, deep drop this time. Going to go deep down the near sideline. Looking for Bethel Johnson. It is incomplete. Broken up by Mike Minter, who came over from his safety position.
Well, Mike Minter, I think, I'm pretty sure in the first half, he got out of position and gave up one big play. He's going to stay deep now and make sure no receiver gets behind him when it's his obligation. Tom Brady, when you want to go deep, you have to hold the football a little longer, and when you do, well, you might get hit by a Carolina Panther. Mike Rucker on the hit.
2nd and 5. This time Gibbons goes in motion, and the give on the ground game with Antoine Smith. And he pulls his way to about the 46-yard line. That'll be about a yard short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
You know, Greg, you talked about, too, the game, the Patriots not controlling just the rhythm and the flow of the game like they usually do. Well, they're pretty close to it. And what really helps them so much, which helps all offenses, their defense goes out there, they get their work done quick, so you're always back on the field pretty fast. So you remember what you just did about 5 minutes ago.
Short yardage package. Vrabel and Seymour into the backfield on 3rd and 1. Smith, right side. Looking for running room, has the first down and then some. Inside the 45 to the 40-yard line of the Carolina Panthers. It's a first down as we come up on 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
That's just mushing the football forward. The offensive line makes contact, and they do not let a defender get away. Look at the blocking up front. Daniel Graham, 82, to the right. Watch his block, 82. Just takes his man, stays with it, gets him to the ground, and a good run by Antoine Smith.
15 first downs on the night for New England from the 40.
Shotgun mixing it up.
Brady throws near side, complete, inside the 35 and out of bounds is Deion Branch. Tom a bunch of capable receivers. But when we asked him, well, who do you feel most comfortable going to in your time of need, he said Deion Branch.
Yeah, you think it would be Troy Brown, but not anymore. Deion Branch, even though he's not tall, is fast and he's really strong. So when somebody tries to be real physical with him, they're not going to win that battle. He'll get away from it.
2nd and 2. Back to the ground game. Penalty marker flies inside the 30 as Kevin Falk moves for first down yardage, but let's check the flag.
Holding. Offense number 63. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
That's Andruzzi.
You know, I was just getting ready to say some nice things about Joe Andruzzi.
You can.
Well, that's right. So, he's going against a lot of old pros over there, so you're allowed to try to cheat, but he didn't get away with it. Joe Andruzzi, Dan Morgan, right in the middle of your screen. Boy, he's, the offensive linemen hate to get called for holding penalties like that, but this New England's offensive line, they are a group. They're just tough guys. I'm not going to say they got a great deal of talent, but they are willing to slug it out and fight you when they have to.
2nd and 12. Brady throwing up the middle, and he's got his man inside the 20. Inside the 10-yard line is Daniel Graham. Loose football, but the ball has been blown dead back at the 9-yard line.
Daniel Graham gets down the middle of the field. Again, the play action fake. Watch the linebackers. Nobody gets deep, and when they do decide to turn and run, it's too late. Look at the separation down the field that Daniel Graham has. Guys, the old cliche, run it, then you can throw the play actions. It's really proved proper today.
Brady gives to Smith, and Smith inside the 5 to the 4. And with that, time will run out here in the 3rd quarter. We've played 3 in Super Bowl 38. New England with a 14-10 lead on Carolina. We're coming back to Reliance Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. This is the Super Bowl on CBS. Let's see a little heart out of his defense right here at the 5-yard line.
His defense is tired. 56 plays by New England's offense to 37 for Carolina. On that last drive, Chris Jenkins, after one play, just walked to the sideline because he's exhausted.
Tom Brady has 2 5-yard touchdown passes under his belt tonight. Is there a 3rd one in the cards here? 2nd and goal. He'll throw it. Pull it down. Corner. Got his man. Touchdown. Will he stay in bounds? No, it's ruled out. Christian Fourier says he was in. The officials say otherwise. Meanwhile, there's a penalty marker at the goal line.
Boy, what a job by Tom Brady. The play just disintegrates. There's nothing open. Christian Fourier keeps going across the field. Goes through the coverage and gets open. And it looks like before any body part hits the ground, he hits out of bounds.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 53. Half the distance to the goal. New England's ball, automatic 1st down.
Look inside, number 53 on the hold. That's Greg Favors. He turns the receiver, and when you grab them and turn them, they're going to call that holding. Tom Brady wants a replay.
Ed Hockley pointing out as they move the football to the 2-yard line. Let's take another look.
Well, Tom Brady wants a replay. Look at this, all the way behind the coverage. Just keep running. You never know when the football's coming to you.
Carolina's had 9 penalties for 53 yards. From the 2, right side, touchdown Antoine Smith. In his 7th season out of the University of Houston, that's a popular touchdown in this stadium.
And it's really, Greg, right now, it's appropriate when you talk about this game. The biggest difference has been New England's offensive line. I didn't expect it. I don't think anybody did. Nobody did. That they would come out and be the more physical unit.
Vinatieri's kick is up and good. We're just underway here in the fourth quarter. But the Patriots on the ground put another touchdown on the board. Bill Belichick says, yeah, 21-10 New England.
I am going to be one terrific couch potato coming up.
Patriots, red zone problems of late. Not tonight. 3 touchdowns on their last 3 visits to the red zone. 2 yards into the end zone. This is Rod Smart. 15, tripped up. And falls forward to the 18-yard line. 21-yard return. Let's go back to the touchdown.
The power running is going off the right side. Again, Julius Peppers pushed outside, and nobody can fill the gap to stop Antoine Smith from getting in for the touchdown. Richard Seymour on the lead block. Yeah, big fella. Oh, and Tom Brady, he loves to get in there and celebrate with his teammates.
So now let's see what the Carolina Panthers have. Deshaun Foster in the backfield. Delone over the middle, hits his man out to the 30-yard line. And 32 is Muhsin Muhammad. 13 yards and a first down.
I'll just say this one more, Greg. New England has run for 89 yards today, Carolina for 52, but it seems like a lot more when you think of New England's what they've done with the football.
Whistle blows, this play won't count. Phil, you and I have seen the New England Patriots in person on a number of occasions, and we've never seen them this dedicated to the run.
Before the ball was snapped, ball start, offense, number 65, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's Kevin Donnelly.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Usually they run the football just to let Tom Brady rest up and let the receivers get their legs back under them before they go back to some of their short passing game. But again, the sign of a good team and good coaches, find a way to win the game that you're going to play that week. There's no really true system that they run on offense. They make it up almost week to week. They reinvent themselves, and it's one of the big reasons why they're in the Super Bowl and leading this game.
With 10 penalties, Panthers are not helping themselves. Delone, scramble, on the move, looking for some place to throw it, and he lobs it, and it's pulled in. Close to the 45-yard line. What a catch by Steve Smith.
Unbelievable. And the Patriots, we said it already, they worry about this. That Jake Delhomme will just throw it because he knows Steve Smith and Muhsin Muhammad will just go up and take it away from the defender.
Delhomme looking downfield and throws and overthrows everybody. Brad Hoover was deep down the field and got turned around, couldn't recover his feet. Jake Delhomme wants a flag, but there is none.
I don't know why he never threw it to Stephen Davis. He looked at him wide open. He's going to catch it, and you know, Stephen Davis, big, fast, in the open field. Let's see you tackle him.
Stephen Davis was telling us about his track exploits back in South Carolina.
Makes you understand why he's so successful in the National Football League. As big and strong as he is, ran a 10.4 100 meters in high school.
Delhomme throwing, and that's pulled in inside the 35-yard line by Smith. What a show Steve Smith has put on. That's 22 yards and a first down.
Don't wonder Jake Delhomme throws them, because he knows he can trust his guys. The worst that's going to happen is they'll knock it down. And Steve Smith got a little hurry-up offense going here, making some tough catches.
Delhomme tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Steve Smith has 4 catches tonight for 80 yards and a touchdown.
Well, Greg, you talked about it. We talked to him. He says, I'm not arrogant, I'm just confident. I said, what would you think about 8 or 9 catches in the Super Bowl? He goes, how about 10 to 15? And I'm okay, whatever you think. So very confident and showing well tonight.
On 2nd and 10, Deshaun Foster. Foster breaks through 30, still on on his feet. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. That touchdown is so reminiscent of a touchdown he scored in the AFC Championship game against the Eagles, where he looked like he had nowhere to go.
Well, we talked about these two runners, Stephen Davis and Deshaun Foster. They always don't need really good blocking up front to make big plays. And John Fox is saying go for 2. And there's 12 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the game, and I would not do it. I would kick the extra point, make it a 4-point game. If New England kicks a field goal and you don't make this, now you have to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion.
You call it chasing the points when you don't have to.
Wait till you have to. Don't chase them.
Foster in the backfield. Malone. With time, throwing, missed his man in the end zone. Muhsin Muhammad, the intended receiver. They don't convert the 2-pointer. 12:39 to play. Patriots 21, Panthers 16.
Fakes out Eugene Wilson to get down the field for the touchdown. And the finish line, he is over. Beautiful shot and a terrific run by Deshaun Foster.
Brady coming right back with the pass completion and out to the 41-yard line. Going to throw it again under pressure. Got it away, and it's dropped by Troy Brown. It'll be 2nd and 10. Dan Morgan applying the pressure. Just an interesting note, the Patriots had not allowed an offensive touchdown of 30 or more yards all season long. As you see the hit on Brady.
Yeah,
they've allowed 2 today.
2 today, but comes free on the blitz. And if the Carolina Panthers get in a really nervous situation, they're going to blitz the quarterback. That's what they believe in, and it's what they do very well. And here they come.
Quick pass to this side. Brown holds on to this one across midfield and into Carolina territory. Enough for a first down to the 48-yard line of the Panthers. Julius Peppers all the way over to make the tackle.
You know what happens, though, when you do blitz? If you're covering a receiver outside, you have a tendency to back off. You see the defenders coming to the left, and you look to the right, and look at the space Ricky Manning Jr. gives Troy Brown. It's so much space, it makes it an easy throw for Tom Brady.
On first down, Smith. Lots of running room on the right side and fights his way inside the 41, close to the 40-yard line before Mike Minter makes the stop.
A game plan being carried out. When you want to run it with power, they're running it over the right side of their offensive line, and they are picking on Julius Peppers.
And let's make the point once again. This is a huge front line defensively for the Carolina Panthers. Mike Minter was handing out kudos to the New England offensive line. He said, I've never seen guys so tough on offense.
You know, we never hear that from a defensive player either. So it was quite a tribute to him. Changing the play, they are blitzing.
2nd and 4. Pitch to Antoine Smith, looking for running room, and doesn't get much of it, just inside the 40-yard line.
You know, it's Greg, so much was said about Carolina's defense. And I think as many games as we've done this year, I have never read where the press or the opposing team gives any credit to New England's offensive line. And we talked to Joe Andruzzi, and I said, well, what do you think about this defensive line? He goes, hey, no disrespect to them, but we face guys like this every week. It's always another terrific defensive tackle, another pass rusher. So they just take it in stride and do their job.
3rd and 2. Brady going to throw for it outside. That's complete. And that's a first down. Daniel Graham with the catch. Off of a practice session that we watched the other day, you thought it was entirely possible Daniel Graham would have himself a decent night tonight.
Yeah, it really could be a lot better. The play action fake, you know, it's all working. The rhythm is very good by this New England offense. And Daniel Graham, Greg, has been open about 3 or 4 times where nobody has covered him, but Tom Brady found somebody else to throw it to down the field and didn't get a chance to look short for Daniel Graham running.
Graham 3 catches for 42 yards on the night. From the 33-yard line, first down. This is Kevin Falk. 20, 15, all the way to the 10-yard line, just inside the 10. It'll be first and goal for New England.
Boy, the New England offensive line is showing some emotion and showing some power. Again, to the right side, they turn Julius Peppers out. Creates the big hole. The right tackle, Tom Ashworth, very excited because he knows they're just coming right behind him, and he is doing the job.
Phil, I'll go back to something you've preached to me ever since we've been working together. When you run the football, you are absolutely dictating to the opposition.
Hey, it's the meanest thing you can do to a defense.
Antoine Smith for little or no gain. It'll be second and goal. Clock continues to move as we come up on 8:20 to play in the fourth.
Greg, you talked about it. John Fox says you want to just call out the manhood of a football team, then run the football on them. That's what it is. And right now, Jake Delhomme sitting on the sideline just going, hold him to a field goal. That's all you can hope for. Receivers are going to want a pick play.
Brady steps up, throws, end zone, incomplete. Diving, David Gibbons couldn't catch up with it. Terry Cousin was on it. It'll be third and goal.
Anytime you're watching a football game and you see 3 receivers all get close together, what they're just trying to do is make it hard for defenders to get close to them and cover them. And Tom Brady, you had him, not by a lot, but for an NFL quarterback, that's wide open. You expect to make that throw.
Third and goal. Brady under pressure, throwing, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Reggie Howard back out to the 10-yard line.
If he didn't hesitate, there was a chance that could have been a terrific return. But pressure on Tom Brady. Initially, the coverage is good, and then Al Wallace gets to him, causes the bad decision.
Reggie Howard with the pick. The Panther defense stands up and stops New England. In the fourth, there are a lot of things to look at in these final 7.5 minutes, not the least of which is a missed 2-point conversion attempt. We also have an interception, a poorly thrown pass by Tom Brady.
Yeah, bad decision. That's what you call bad game management. Tom Brady's got to know they have a 5-point lead. You're down in there. It's almost a sure field goal, and if you don't make a mistake, you're up by 8. But Tom Brady under pressure, and I say this so much, when you put a quarterback under pressure, you make them make a really fast decision sometimes when they're not ready, and they'll throw either off target or throw to the wrong guy.
So Delhomme and the Panthers from their own 10. They had a 95-yard scoring drive earlier in the game. Not much pressure. He throws. Penalty marker thrown as the pass is completed out close to the 15-yard line to Ricky Prohl.
Well, I saw a Carolina receiver fall down.
And Willie McGinnis was not the least bit pleased with the conversation taking place. Check out what happened to Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, 89, going up the field. Oh.
At the very least.
How could you argue that call? Wow, that's like a knockout punch. Willie McGinnis trying to jam him, and what happens is, look at him. Willie McGinnis is 6'5". Steve Smith is about 5'9", so he goes to hit him in the shoulders, and he's just so much smaller, it makes him go up top and hit him in the face.
Can you use that as an excuse?
Wow. Well, you always plead your case.
But referee, he's short.
Yeah, that's right. He's too short.
So at the 15-yard line, first down. Delhomme under pressure. Got rid of it. Ed Hockley looking for a potential receiver. Penalty marker thrown on the near side of the field.
He threw it within a couple feet of Chris Mangum, who is right in front of him.
And Delhomme having to deal with all of this with Richard Seymour wrapped around his feet.
Boy, Richard Seymour late in the year has been a difference maker. First round pick out of Georgia. Awesome against the run when you try to run at him. And a good pass rusher too for an interior defensive lineman. They are going to call a penalty, I think.
There was no intentional grounding on the play. The ball was thrown at the feet of number 86. By rule, that's not a foul. However, there was an ineligible player downfield by the defense. Number 69, that's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
The rookie Jordan Gross, the rookie right tackle, was deemed too far downfield and is therefore ineligible.
You look at the time left. There's 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Carolina has all 3 timeouts. The one thing they must accomplish on this drive is change field position. It's not maybe about scoring, but get it out far enough where you punt it and you can hold New England and then have a chance to tie the game up with your last drive.
Well, Ed Hockley coming to the sideline to look like confirm something for Bill Belichick. You've known Bill Belichick a long time. When's the last time you saw him emotional?
New England wishes to decline that penalty. Therefore, it's second down and 10.
That's what I thought he was doing. Bill Belichick wants to give him one less chance to pick up this first down. Greg, it's not about being emotional with Coach Belichick. It's just about thinking what's ahead. Don't celebrate or show emotion on something that's happened. Worry about what's coming up.
Second and 10 instead of first and 15. Delhomme on the move, throws too high, incomplete. Pass intended for Steve Smith, and it'll be third and 10.
That's so much. Just what you asked me about Bill Belichick. Romeo Crennel, the defensive coordinator, says everything about this game today. Neither team is big on celebrating, trash talking. There's no self-promoters trying to separate from their football teams. You don't see them getting demonstrative after plays. They don't do that because they're taught, let's go. Concentrate on what you're trying to do in the future, not what just happened.
Deshaun Foster in the backfield. Third and 10 for the Panthers. Play fake. Delhomme pulls it down. Looking. Gonna go deep. Has his man wide open. It's Muhammad. Muhammad to the 15. 10-5. Touchdown.
Unbelievable play by Jake Delhomme. Never panics. He's been in so many overtime games this year. So he's looking down the field. Nobody's open. Ty Law is in zone coverage. He comes up. Eugene Wilson, a rookie, gets caught looking inside. Doesn't stay deeper than the receiver down near him. And Muhammad makes the catch and then shows that he's big and strong. Goes for the touchdown.
Jake Delhomme. With Jerry Richardson looking on and applauding. Reggie Howard, remember he picked off Tom Brady in the end zone?
Yeah, what a turn of events for the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers.
Meanwhile, the rookie Eugene Wilson is still on the ground at the 5-yard line.
You know, Greg, that is so hard to do for the quarterback. You're backed up. You're getting pressured all day. You're moving around. You got to know somebody's going to hit you. But he doesn't panic, and then finally, you can tell he's looking down the field. That says so much about this team. Run the football, look for big passing plays. And Delhomme didn't panic, didn't throw the short ball, and that's how he found Muhammad for the deep touchdown throw.
Eugene Wilson is just now getting to his feet, and I'm at a loss to figure out just how he was hurt, but he is walking off under his own power. Tom Brady looking on. The New England Patriots find themselves behind 22-21.
Well, you know, and I'm not going to make this a big deal this second, but John Fox is wishing he would have kicked the extra point. Don't, and Greg, I couldn't find the words, but that's don't chase the points. Never until you have to. They did not have to, but they can make up for it with the two-point conversion here.
Delhomme going to throw towards the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Pass intended for Kevin Dyson, number 85. The Patriots have now allowed 3 offensive touchdowns of 30 or more yards. The latest, Muhsin Muhammad. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Celine Dion, Alicia Keys, Outkast, Beyonce, a tribute to the Beatles, and much more. The Grammys, live next Sunday on CBS, America's most watched network. Casey ready to kick it away. The 2 sterling receivers for the Carolina Panthers. From the 3-yard line, Bethel Johnson. He can run. 25. And tripped up as he crossed the 30-yard line. Terry Cousin coming in to make the stop. The last time the New England Patriots trailed in a game was here in Houston against the Texans. Late in the game, they trailed 20-13. They forced overtime and won it then, but that was back on the 23rd of November.
Have you ever seen 2 long passes in a Super Bowl as perfect as Jake Delhomme has thrown 2 today? Long, high, perfect spirals, hit the receivers in perfect stride, and they take them for the scores.
6:47 to play in the 4th. Brady under pressure, he got rid of it. Just across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Kevin Falk made the reception, and Dan Morgan made the stop.
Chris Jenkins almost gets the sack. He's out there with the second win. He got some time off the field.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. 3 game-winning drives. You saw that for Brady as he operates out of the shotgun. On the move, throws incomplete. There's a penalty marker flying.
Well, that was holding on the defense. No, tackling on the defense.
Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's Dan Morgan.
Well, we should tell John Fox, watch the replay. Watch 55. He hits the running back, Kevin Falk. Never gets entangled, so it leads to the penalty.
Carolina has not been terrific in the penalty department here today.
Well, New England doing, I think, what is a smart decision. Going in the shotgun, spreading the field, and giving themselves at least a chance with at least 2 more possessions if it doesn't work.
No blitz here. Brady with time. Throws over the middle, and that's complete. Kevin Falk out of the backfield, out to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You got to know, too, which I know they know. All you need is a field goal. That puts you back up top, but I don't know if the Patriots are like feeling really confident about that field goal situation either.
Adam Vinatieri has missed a short one. Had 1 block. Brady in the face of a big rush, and he throws it out of bounds. Number 21, Terry Cousin, right into the face of number 12.
Well, Greg, we talked about it so much. Coming off the slot, Tom Brady doesn't seem fast enough, but does a good job of avoiding the sack and getting rid of the football. But I look at this game, 5 minutes and a half to go. Bill Belichick said, if it gets in the fourth quarter and it's tight, we're going to put the football in Tom Brady's hands and tell him to get it done.
Tom Brady has not yet been sacked this postseason.
That's incredible.
35. Brady, quick pass. That's complete out to midfield. Troy Brown, first down.
That was some play. Pressure by Carolina. Tom Brady, somebody in his face. Troy Brown makes a tough catch just to pick up enough yards for a first down.
That's a New England trademark. They need 5 yards, you get 6. They need 12, they get 13. First down. On the ground this time. Fall to the 47. A gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 7. Clock continues to move, coming up on 4:45 to play. Panthers 22, Patriots 21.
How do you deal with the pressure? That goes for every player, not just the quarterback, defensive backs, defensive linemen.
On the blitz, Brady on the move, throwing out here, and wide open, hits his man David Gibbons, knocked out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. First down, New England.
Excellent call by the Patriots. Blocking down against the blitz. It allows Tom Brady to go outside, and look how wide open David Gibbons is. Why is he? Because he's physical and just throws Ricky Manning Jr. down to the ground.
2 years ago, Adam Vinatieri won the championship for the Patriots in the Super Bowl with a field goal as time expired. He may have an opportunity here tonight. Smith changing direction and forward to about the 21.
You know, go back to that last play. Ricky Manning Jr. trying to be physical against David Gibbons. Hey, look, it's okay. You're allowed to fight back. And David Gibbons, Greg, you talked about him. The project, not really a tremendous receiver at Notre Dame. New England saw something in him. They've worked with him, and now they're getting the finished product. A guy who's catching big passes in the Super Bowl.
It would be a 39-yard field goal attempt from here. On 2nd and 9, Brady throwing. That one hit a lineman. That one hit Tom Ashworth in the back.
Illegal touching. The pressure on the quarterback.
Greg Favors and Dan Morgan applying the pressure. Ed Hockley is signaled over to John Fox.
Illegal touching of the pass by the offense. Number 68 and ineligible. The penalty is declined. Brings up 3rd down.
So it is 3rd and 9. Are you surprised they didn't back them up a little further away in that possible field goal attempt?
No, I don't think they want to give him another play, Greg, because there are opportunities. New England showing a lot of rhythm, so don't give them 2 chances. Put it down to 1.
Brady needs the 13-yard line for a first down. Rolling to the near side. Has time. Throws. Complete inside the 10-yard line. David Gibbons out of bounds inside the 5. First and goal.
Here's what happens. The New England Patriots are guessing that it's going to be a pressure defense. It is. And they say, we're going to throw it to David Gibbons. And he does a good job. The out and up separates from Ricky Manning Jr. and picks up a huge first down.
You know, we've seen it on numerous occasions. Receivers and defenders losing their footing on the sides of the field. It happened to Manning there.
All over the field, Greg. I meant to say it earlier, but every time offensive players or defenders making sharp cuts, they're going to the ground.
Antoine Smith following Seymour to about the 2.
No.
Clock continues to move. 3:20 to play here in the 4th.
You know, on that 3rd and 9, I thought the Carolina Panthers would play it safe. In other words, make them throw it short if you can. So if you'd played it safe, David Gibbons would have been double covered to the outside. But you do what you are. And especially when it comes down to making a tough decision, they believe in pressuring the other team. They went with it, and they lost.
Brady looking to throw it. Touchdown. Mike Vrabel.
What a job by Tom Brady. They cover his first and second. And there comes Mike Vrabel, his 3rd receiver, from the other side.
Vrabel coming across. 2 Panthers bumped into each other, and Vrabel was able to break free.
That was just, that's a Charlie Weiss. Yeah, be excited. Really a well-called and well-executed drive by the New England Patriots.
This isn't new for Mike Vrabel. He caught a touchdown pass last season against the San Diego Chargers.
How many interchangeable players do the Patriots have? Mike Vrabel is an outside linebacker, big enough to almost be a defensive end. Good enough and athletic enough to come over and play tight end when he needs to. Richard Seymour, defensive lineman. He's playing a little fullback. We've seen Dan Klecko, another defensive lineman, play fullback, tight end.
And Vrabel, most likely, will be right in there on the kickoff team when they kick it away.
Smart player, aspires to be a coach someday. Graduated from Ohio State, and he says, yeah, I just hope one day they'll take me back there to be an assistant coach. I said, you know, I think your chances are pretty good.
So now Brady and the Patriots go for 2. Falk with the direct snap. Got the 2-point conversion.
You have special plays for times just like that.
Kevin Falk, a steady contributor to this New England team, but registers the first points for him this season, 29-22. Kevin Falk had not scored a single point this season, this postseason, until that 2-point conversion. Steve Smith is deep for the kick from Vinatieri. Right at the goal line. Gets a block, turns it outside. 30, penalty marker is down as he's out of bounds right across the 37-yard line, and we get another flag. We have 2 markers on the field. Patriots are saying this is going to go against Carolina. Here's Ed Hockley.
There was no foul on the hit of out of bounds. The player was just off balance. So there was no foul over here. However, there was holding by the receiving team, number 57, on the return. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Carolina keeps the ball, first down.
Greg, let's go back and look at the touchdown by Mike Vrabel. He's on the backside. Tom Brady looks across the field. Nobody open. The defender runs into Julius Peppers, and then Tom Brady, nice fake, and a quick snap. They quick snap Carolina's defense, and they're not ready for this play.
So now the Panthers go to work from their own 19-yard line. Carolina 12 penalties for 73 yards in this game. DeLone flips it to Foster. Foster 25 and slips down at the 29-yard line. Players continue to have trouble with the footing. Game-winning or game-tying drives in the fourth quarter or overtime this season, engineered by Jake DeLone. Foster across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Plenty of time. They still have all 3 timeouts. He wants to get one more in before the 2-minute warning.
He's going to have to hurry.
Don't waste it, though.
Snap is away. DeLone throwing this side, has his man, and out of bounds at the 45-yard line is Muhsin Muhammad. 19 yards and a first down, and with that, we reach the 2-minute warning. 1:56 remaining in the Super Bowl. Carolina driving for what would be a tying touchdown. On the sideline. 45-yard line, first down, Carolina in New England territory. DeLone up the seam, got his man Ricky Proehl inside the 15-yard line, and a first down. Sean Mayer, number 39, with the stop after a 30-yard pickup. And we get a timeout on the field. The Panthers take timeout. That's the first one used here in the second half.
Rodney Harrison is out of the game. You bring in another defensive back. New England plays it safe. So when you play it safe, sometimes somebody gets out of position, and that's what happens to them on that play. Sean Mayer gets pushed too far to the outside, and that allows Ricky Proehl to go right up the inside seam for a big catch. Another terrific catch by the Carolina receivers.
Now, we talk about interchangeable parts on these New England Patriots, but the Panthers are well aware. If Jake DeLone said Ty Law and Rodney Harrison are the cornerstones of that defense.
Yeah, stay away from him. He's done a good job. And, you know, also, too, you saw that Jake DeLone did a play-action fake. It's not that they're really trying to fool the defense. It just gives the quarterback rhythm to throw the football, and he throws it really well when he does those little fakes.
We're told that Rodney Harrison will probably return just inside the 15-yard line. DeLone throwing for the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Muhammad. It'll be 2nd and 10. There has never been an overtime in the Super Bowl. You look at the numbers for the quarterbacks here tonight.
Well, that's really, that's in for Jake DeLone. What a rough start and what a comeback. Yards per completions, I can't even figure it up. It's a lot. Over 20.
Second and 10. Empty backfield behind DeLone. All kinds of time, throws out to the side, and that is complete to Chris Mangum, and Mangum's forward progress will be marked at about the 12. Not much of a gain there. It'll be 3rd and 8, and Rodney Harrison being helped away from the field.
The New England Patriots rushed 2 defenders on the last play. 9 back in coverage.
Big blitz, throwing to the end zone, touchdown!
Talking about playing unbelievably fantastic under pressure. Jake DeLone has done that today. Under pressure that time, it's a blitz, but he knew exactly where he wanted to go, and he made a perfectly timed throw to get the touchdown. Boy, what a job by Jake DeLone all day long. Staying cool when it started rough.
Casey's kick is good. This game is tied. 2 years ago. As a member of the Rams, Ricky Proehl tied the Super Bowl with 1.5 minutes remaining.
Oh, the New England Patriots completely blow the coverage.
And it costs them, at least right now, it's a 29-29 rating on the far sideline. It is ironic. 2 years ago, Proehl tied the game for the Rams, scoring a touchdown with 1.5 minutes to play.
Greg, Rodney Harrison being out, the New England Patriots were so confused and unorganized on that last play that caused them to give up the easy touchdown throw.
Casey's kick, way off to the side.
Before we talk about that kick, let's look at the touchdown throw. Here comes the blitzers.
First down.
Watch Ty Law up top. He's expecting somebody behind him to help him. He lets the receiver go. Easy touchdown.
Well, Casey picked the wrong time to come up with a kick that goes out of bounds, because the Patriots are now set up at their own 40-yard line, all 3 timeouts, and 68 seconds on the clock to get Adam Vinatieri into field goal range.
Here comes the blitz.
Straight drop for Brady. Throwing outside, incomplete. He missed Deion Branch. It'll be 2nd and 10. 1:04 to play.
It's really easy for Tom Brady to tell when they're going to blitz. All he has to do is walk up to the line of scrimmage, and he's been taught by Charlie Weis and the coaches, if there's a man over the center, if there's a big defensive lineman over each guard, then the Carolina Panthers are going to blitz. It's the old Buddy Bryant defense that he ran in Chicago and Philadelphia. Easy for a quarterback to recognize.
Comes the blitz. Pass this side. Troy Brown with the catch. Midfield, still on his feet. Forward progress will be marked to about the 47-yard line. Clock continues to move. 50 seconds. And now stopped at 51 seconds. Patriots use a timeout. That is their first. Adam Vinatieri has had some monumental kicks in the postseason. AFC divisional playoffs in the Snow Bowl against Oakland. The 45-yarder tied the game at 13. The 23-yarder in overtime gave the Patriots the win. And then against St. Louis in Super Bowl 36, the 48-yarder as time ran out to give the Patriots the title. And last week against Tennessee, 46 yards with a little over 4 minutes left in the cold, gave the Patriots the 17-14 win. It has not been his night here so far. And there is where you want to go if you're the Patriots to give Adam Vinatieri a shot at a 48-yarder. Brady throwing, back shoulder, got his man inside the 30, penalty marker flies. Troy Brown made the catch. And this one's going to go back.
We saw the official run into Ed Hockley, Greg. That immediately tells you it's against the offense.
Pass interference, offense, number 80. There was a push-off. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Terry Cousin on the coverage. Troy Brown going up the seam. They know it's a blitz. He extends that arm, and that's a good call. When you stick your arm and it gets all the way out, and you saw Cousin, it stopped him just enough. And we see it called all the time with defensive backs against wide receivers. The same hold for the offense. They can't do it either.
1st and 20 now. Brady rolling to his left, looking, throws over the middle. What a catch at the 45-yard line. Troy Brown comes back and makes a terrific catch. 30 seconds to play.
Greg, you said it early. Tight game. They just don't let Tom Brady do it.
Brady throws, hits his man Daniel Graham to the 40. And we get a whistle and a timeout. You know, now you and I both know Jeff Probst. And I can tell you, he's probably getting a little antsy right now, but he's just going to have to wait until we're done here.
And who would he be?
He's the man who
kick a long field goal, a really long field goal to win the game.
Boy, you have to wonder, is it in the cards again for Adam Vinatieri, who has not had a sterling night here tonight? He's missed a 31-yard field goal. He's had a 36-yard attempt blocked. Brady looking at a 3rd and 3. Time. Throws. Has his man inside the 25-yard line. Deion Branch made the catch. And timeout is called with 8 seconds on the clock.
New England gets this right. They were expecting Carolina to play coverage. Here's what happens. He goes down here. The corner stays up, and they throw it in front of the safety. Good job, good read by Tom Brady. Look at the gap in between the safety and the defensive corner up down at the bottom of the screen, and Tom Brady makes the perfect throw.
Deion Branch, 10 catches, 143 yards and a touchdown, and there is the man, Adam Vinatieri, in his 8th season out of South Dakota State. He kicked the game-winning field goal here in Houston back on the 23rd of November. He kicked the game winner in the Super Bowl 2 years ago to defeat the Rams. 41 yards. Ken Walter will hold. And we get a timeout. The Panthers used their 2nd timeout. Carolina has 1 remaining. Here's what Vinatieri has been up against here today. Early on, from 31 yards out, he got it away, but he pushed it to the right. And then from 36 yards out, Shane Burton got his hand up, got a hand on it. And Vinatieri stands in at 0 for 2, and you know what? Those don't matter.
Well, that's right, and I tell you what, one of the toughest jobs in football, I think, is always the place kicker. Because if the team, the fans, everybody expects you to make them all, and when it comes to big moments like this, there just cannot be any more pressure on a football player.
How about that notation? The only misses Adam Vinatieri has had in his career indoors are all here at Reliant Stadium. The Patriots looking for a 2nd Super Bowl title in 3 years from 41 yards. Looks good.
Pressure drive by the New England Patriots.
Perfect spot by Walter. The perfect kick by Vinatieri. The perfect kick on the kickoff is not what Carolina got from John Casey, which gave New England terrific field position to start this drive. Meanwhile, for number 4, there just isn't a better time for him than the final moments of the Super Bowl, is there? A stoic Tom Brady. And a sober Jake Delhomme. 4 seconds on the clock. Bill Belichick says we'll take that, and now we've got 4 seconds to deal with.
Thinking about the next play. What do we do on the kickoff right away? Don't celebrate yet because it's not over.
Rod Smart and Steve Smith are deep. Vinatieri kicks it deep. From the 1-yard line, it's Rod Smart. The 20. Runs out of room, and the Panthers run out of time. The New England Patriots claim their second Super Bowl championship in 3 years. We've talked about it. In this era of free agency and player movement, that's as close to a dynasty as you're ever going to find.
Well, it is, Greg. 15 games in a row. Such a tremendous job by the Patriots in so many pressure situations. But what's going to be talked about, and I know there was a lot of plays that happened after it, but John Fox going for 2 points changed the game around, and it might have been the difference in the outcome.
For Phil Simms and Armin Katayan and Bonnie Bernstein, Greg Gumbel saying so long for now from Super Bowl 38 in Houston. The Patriots are winners. Stay tuned. The Cadillac Post-Game Show coming up next after this.
Manatee by Georget. Manatee.
Some of you may have...
Welcome back to Reliance Stadium in Houston and to the Cadillac Post-Game Show. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. First and foremost, can we not hear any more about how there are going to be no big-name stars in this game, and therefore it's going to be a horrible football game? It was a terrific NFL championship game.
Well, we're going to hear about one big name, and that's Tom Brady. You gotta tip your hat to him. Throws an interception that could have been the difference, could have cost the New England Patriots the game, but then he puts together drives, pressure throws, getting hit, not sacked in the postseason. Just a tremendous job by Tom Brady, and let's don't forget, his offensive line was outstanding.
On the other side of the field, it took the Carolina Panthers a little time to find their way. Once they found it, they were every bit in contention in this game down to the end.
Well, we don't have to hear any more of those questions about them either. Jake Delhomme played so well under pressure, made the big throws, what he'd been doing all year long, but he just ran in a team that's a team of destiny. The New England Patriots, they know how to win those close games. They never panic. As Tom Brady said a couple weeks ago to us, we just persevere because we apply pressure for the whole game, and they did it again today.
2 titles in 3 years. Congratulations, New England Patriots. Reminder, still to come, programming note here on CBS coming up. They're the best of the best. 18 former survivors compete in the Ultimate Showdown. Don't miss the premiere of Survivor All-Stars next. We have trophies to give away down on the field. It'll be the Vince Lombardi Trophy and the Pete Rozelle MVP Trophy. Jim Nantz will be back with that and more when we continue from Houston after this. Up. They're the best of the best. 18 former survivors competing in the Ultimate Showdown. Don't miss the premiere of Survivor All-Stars. That's coming up next. Welcome back to Houston and to the post-game show, Cadillac post-game show, for a presentation and honors down to center field. And Jim Nantz. Jim.
All right. Hello, Houston. What a week. You did a fantastic job. And you have just witnessed what I believe is the greatest Super Bowl game in history. The New England Patriots are the Super Bowl champions. And I'm here with Commissioner Paul Tagliabue for the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Today, 2 classy organizations, the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers, thrilled America with a tremendous Super Bowl game. To Bob Kraft, to you and your family, to Coach Belichick and all of your players, congratulations on your second Super Bowl victory in 3 years. 15 wins in a row. It's hard to top that. Here's the Vince Lombardi Trophy number 2.
Wow. Fans of New England, we waited 42 years for our first championship. We waited 2 years for the second. The 17 players, 53 players, 17 coaches, and the head coach the heart and soul of our team, showed us what the concept of teamwork is about. And then when that's combined with perseverance and commitment, great things happen. League-high injuries were overcome, and we won 15 games in a row. Because of the concept of team. In today's era, people celebrate individuals and individual accomplishments. But my family and I are proud of this man, Coach Belichick, who instilled the values of power of team. And because of that today, we have seen a true team and a true champion.
Congratulations, Mr. Kraft. Why don't you hand that trophy over there to Coach Belichick? Bill, how did your team do this today? Tell me about that last drive.
Well, you know, it was a great team effort again. You know, we've done it 15 weeks in a row, and I'm really fortunate. I have a great owner, and I've got a lot of great players, and they made a lot of great plays today. You know, this team's met all comers this year, 15 straight, and there have been some heart attacks, but they've come out on top. They deserve all the credit in the world. These guys are champions.
You're an unbelievable coach. Congratulations, another Super Bowl title for Bill Belichick. And Mr. Kraft, we have over here the Super Bowl MVP. Once again, it's Tom Brady. If you can look right over there, Tom, I know this never gets old. You win a choice of Cadillacs. The Cadillac XLR Roadster is here. I'd call it a breakthrough performance like Cadillac calls it, but you've done this before. Tell me about this courageous effort today by the Patriots.
Well, I think you give a lot of credit to Carolina. That's the toughest team as we played all season, and the heart of the guys you see in front of me here, the heart of the coaching staff and the organization, I'm just so proud to be the quarterback. And none of it would be possible without these guys and all the fans we got back in Boston.
Careful on that city. Don't tear that thing down tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. We want to see you out there Tuesday for the parade, all right?
Hey.
World champ, baby.
Hey, some precious metal for you, your keys. You'll get the Roselle Trophy tomorrow. I know instead of going to one of America's favorite amusement parks, you're also going instead to Pebble Beach this week.
Yeah, well, I look forward to get there. So I'm going to pass this thing on.
Bring it on over here. Bring it over here to Adam Vinatieri, who's done it again with a game-winning field goal at the Super Bowl. Now, this one today, I mean, the depths you had to reach within because of a couple of earlier mishaps, missed field goals. Tell me the mindset there on the winning field goal.
I tell you what, the guys fought hard all game long, and just seemed fitting that they fought so hard that they should come down with the win. So it was just very fortunate, and it was a great opportunity, and I just was very happy that I looked up and it was going down the middle.
It was nice of you to hands it off down here to Teddy Washington. And you said most players don't ever get a chance to do what you've done once. Now you've done it twice in your lifetime. Incredible.
I've been so fortunate, very lucky to be on such a great team. These guys played hard all season long, put 15 wins together, and we're holding the trophy today.
There you go. Congratulations. Mike Vrabel, ladies and gentlemen, had a couple of sacks, a forced fumble, and a touchdown. The first defensive player to line up on offense and score a touchdown since the Fridge back in 1986. What a day, and you're here to celebrate with your son, Tyler.
Yeah, we got Tyler here, but this is incredible. I mean, this is a long way away from them days in Pittsburgh where I was just covering kicks, but everybody loves these guys like a family. That's why we're a family right now. This is it. That's why we're here.
You guys have proven family always wins, so does teamwork. Congratulations. The New England Patriots, they'll all touch the Vince Lombardi Trophy. They've won it again for the second time in 3 years. And we'll continue on CBS from the great city of Houston in just a moment.
As a defense, you know, no matter where we get the ball, we have a job to try to defend, you know, yardage and try to keep the team out the end zone. They just got enough yardage and got him in, you know, in his field goal range, and he made the kick.
I'm sorry, I caught the end. How were they successful with the play action
Because they did a great job of sucking our linebackers up a little bit, and, you know, and getting us to jump on their run because they was running the ball a little effectively on us. So, you know, they just you know, did some play action, you know, opened up the middle, and they attacked us in the middle of the field a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got some quick guys, man, and they just stepped up and they was big today, man. They made the plays that they had to make, you know, to win the game, and right now we're the losers and they're the winners. All right. That's cool.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Cadillac Super Bowl today. Post-game show reminder coming up next on CBS, the premiere of Survivor All-Stars. Just a few minutes away. And again, back here on the Cadillac post-game show, the Houston Chronicle. They say it, Patriots win. They even got Brady, the MVP, on the cover there. And guys, your thoughts on this
terrific game, you know, incredible game. And you look at the quarterback play on both sides of the ball. Tom Brady, second Super Bowl in 3 years. What do you got to take your hats off to that offensive line? No sacks on him. He stood in there, got hit a lot, under pressure, made great throws that whole time. It's a shame. Jake Delhomme played good enough to win the Super Bowl, and he didn't. Both teams played fantastic.
Brady bounced back well after the interception, and tell you what Delhomme did against that Patriots defense was unbelievable. Deion Branch on the other end, 10 receptions, 143 yards. But you got to tip your hat to the Carolina Panthers. They occupied the ball almost 18 minutes less than New England, and they still was in this game. And I feel bad for John Casey with the kickoff going out of bounds. That was the determining factor of this game.
I mean, he got an XLR for crying out loud. I mean, MVP's getting cars now. It's unbelievable. But how about this, though, for a second, guys? The legend of Tom Brady continues to grow. But I think John Fox is going to be questioned a couple times why he went for 2 so early in the fourth quarter, because I think that ultimately, probably, even though they lost by a field goal, changed the way the game was played. And I think you don't chase points if you don't have to. But Tom Brady, the legend, Jake Delhomme, the new legend in waiting. Yes. The Carolina Panthers will be back to be very competitive next year.
He's only 26. He's got 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl titles. Could be in the midst of one of the great eras in the history of the game. Let's go to Bonnie Bernstein.
John Fox, for as hard fought as this game was on both sides of the ball for you, how tough is this loss to swallow?
Well, they're all tough. This one in particular because it's such a big stage, and I know it meant so much to our organization, our football team, and our coaching staff. And to come up short, obviously, is disappointing. But I'm very, very proud of our football team.
You always talk about the philosophy of your team. It's important to run the ball and stop the run. Now, the Foster touchdown aside, ironically, why was it that you struggled in those 2 areas?
Well, I think, basically what they gave us. I know our offense was able to throw the ball fairly effectively, especially in the second half because of what they were doing defensively. And really, defensively, we were struggling to stop the pass, and then we had to commit more people to the pass defense, and they were able to run the ball.
Everybody said after watching the NFC Championship, and Jake Delhomme only had to throw 14 times, that the run was what this offense was all about. But on a day that the run wasn't working, how important was Jake's ability to throw the ball?
Well, I thought he kept us in the game. They kept battling back, and unfortunately they got the ball last. And I think if we'd had a little more time ahead at another time, it might have been different.
1-15, the turnaround the last 2 years, win or loss today. How much of a testament is that to your staff and your players that you've been able to make that much of a jump?
Well, I think it's huge. And, as I told them even before the game, I was going to be very, very proud of them no matter what happened. And even after this game, I was proud of their efforts. And it's been a lot of hard work by them, and they deserve where they are.
John, congratulations on a great season. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
All right, thank you, Bonnie. It was a phenomenal season. They battled back all day long today. The season is not over for 4 Panthers, 3 Patriots. They'll join the rest of the best in the AFC and NFC in Honolulu for next Sunday night's NFL Pro Bowl. And listen, Deion Boomer, it's been a great time all season long. And to you, my man, we're going to miss you.
Got my man a new pair of shoes to walk into your new position. Thanks, well, man. Okay. Thanks.
All right. All the best to you. We wish you well down with the Dolphins. So our congratulations to New England owner Robert Kraft, head coach Bill Belichick. 2 years ago, they won the Super Bowl. They said they were a team of destiny back then, but now they've won again. They've got a young team. Perhaps now they're a team that's a team of dynasty. Dynasty on the way. Jim Nantz and the entire crew saying so long from Houston, with the Patriots are the Super Bowl champions.
Right, every single year. All right, Steve Grogan is here. He's going to stay with us through the 11 o'clock news as well. That's coming up. But right now, you're enjoying the Super Celebration, and there's much more straight ahead. Stay with us.
Heat I think I've had all year, but you know, we fended them off and didn't give up a second of playoffs. I mean, what can you say for those guys? Yeah, I mean, anytime you throw a pick like that, and we were up 7, or what were we up? We were up 5, and just didn't make the best throw. You know, I think I was throwing to the right guy, just didn't put enough air on it, and guy made a nice play. I threw it right to him, but he caught it, and you know, we fought back from that and went down and scored, and you know, it was just an exciting day. Sorry, yeah, the field goal. Well, you know, the clock was going, and we were trying to get the play off, and I think we had the perfect play call for that coverage. I think we really anticipating what they were going to do, and Deion ran a great route. I just laid it up there for him, made a great catch, and then gave us just enough time for, you know, to call a timeout and then Adam to run on the field. I'm sorry. How about you first enough? Yeah, I mean, that's of course. I mean, a shorter field like that, and you know, I'm sure he'd like to have that one back, but you know, it's a pressurized situation. He's really trying to get all he can. It looked like he just hooked it a little bit, and we had great field position to start. They put some heat on us. You know, we made a big third down play, and then you know, another big third down play at the end.
You know, I mean, I think we blocked kicks all season long. You know, I obviously thought we had a shot at blocking it. We didn't. You know, Vinatieri drilled it, and you know, we lost. You ever imagine 900 yards of offense in a game that kind of scoring? Well, I think you know, it was completely two different halves. You know, I thought it was more of a defensive struggle in the first half, and then, you know, things opened up pretty good in the second half and turned into an offensive battle. So, you know, I thought it was two good football teams that have a lot of heart, a lot of fight in them, and we just ended up on the short end.
Talk about your thanks for both of the two-point conversions.
Yeah, I mean, we went for.
You know, all quarterbacks good at it. You know, so I am not saying he's the best in the world at doing it. It's just effective.
Brenson Buckner there with a few words. Obviously disappointment for he and John Fox. Quite a story for Tom Brady, his second MVP. For the first time in 8 games, he actually found himself trailing in a ball game, and once again he handles the Patriots in the position with poise. Here's Tom Brady.
No. I don't know. I mean, I can't put that in perspective. I have no idea. I mean, it feels, I don't know how to feel. I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you work so hard to get here, and then you do it, and it's just, I don't know, man. There's a lot of things going through my mind. Well, I mean, in a sense, it kind of was like that. I mean, it was really, it was really kind of like that. And they had scored to tie it. We had about just over a minute to go down and do it. Made some big plays on third down, and ended doing it. It's up. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Same way. How long was the one that Adam kicked? 22, 32, 49 yards? 32, 39 yards. It was 48 2 years ago and 39 this time. And he drilled it. 41? Well, he threw a touchdown to win it.
48 and 41, actually, but it doesn't matter. They all count for 3 points. Hey, nobody admires quarterbacks more than former quarterbacks. Sean Salisbury, Ron Jaworski. You know, you hate to gush, but I guess go ahead, because Brady certainly lives up to whatever you've got for him.
Well, there is no doubt Sean and I are gushing here. We are under the belief that you must have a guy under center that could win championships. And clearly in this game tonight, Jake Delhomme was fantastic. Tom Brady was just a little more fantastic.
And, you know, Jaws, the interesting thing to me is that we're talking about this is the unselfishness of both players. The ability, doesn't matter. He threw 48 times tonight, did Tom Brady, but it doesn't matter if he wins the MVP or if somebody else does. All he wants to do is get his team in position to win. He will never lead the league in passing yardage. That's not him. But he will have more Super Bowl rings probably than any current quarterback that's going right now because he knows how to win, Jaws.
Yeah, and it's interesting the way both quarterbacks managed to have successful games. I thought Brady was terrific in the pocket, getting the ball out on time. Jake Delhomme moving around in the pocket, buying time for his receivers to get open. They both had great games, two different ways to have those great games.
And isn't it weird how the season kind of falls over into this playoffs and Super Bowl because that's the way Delhomme's done it all year long. That's the way Tom Brady's done it. But let's not stop there, guys, John and Matt. Look at what the offensive line for the New England Patriots did today against the best defensive down four in the league. They gave up no sacks. And when you give up no sacks, you have an excellent opportunity to beat anybody if there's 15 guys on the field. Unbelievable performance by a bunch of guys that are not going to get a whole lot of credit from the outside public.
Yeah, you said no sacks. There was no anything for the first 26 minutes and 55 seconds of this ball game, fella. What turned the offense suddenly from being dreadful, changing game plan? I'm not sure. What changed this thing to suddenly a shootout?
Well, to me, it was the fact that they just started to make those plays early on. It looked like a team, especially at Carolina, who was a little bit nervous. And even New England came out, you know, go in there, make a few plays and have to punt. But once they finally got into the rhythm and said, hey, this is just another football game, Jaws, although it's not, and you and I know that. No question. You just get into it, and then the offensive coordinator said, let's get this thing rolling and do what we do.
Well, I thought Carolina tried to come out early and impose their will, running Stephen Davis. It didn't work. Ted Washington was dominating inside. When they went to the speed offense, when Dan Henning opened it up, Jake Delhomme got in the flow of the game. They got Deshaun Foster some touches. All of a sudden, you could see the confidence build. Clearly, when you watch New England, they're going to stay with the game plan. They threw the ball very well, but I thought the runs set up the pass. They were very successful with the misdirection plays because no question, when you look at that Carolina defense, they fast flow the football. When the misdirection started, they started getting big plays in the running game.
And Jaws makes a great point about that sticking to the game plan. The one thing that's been common and has been like it all season long is that the New England Patriots trust their coaching staff. And when you trust your coaching staff, there's a believability that you can make any play. And once again, they close it out with their second Super Bowl, guys, in 3 years.
Fellas, let's talk about the coaching, because clearly Bill Belichick drew some things up there in the 2 weeks off he had. I mean, a game-tying touchdown to a defensive player, the direct snap on the two-point conversion, whereas Fox and his crew did some nice work during the 60 minutes of the game itself.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt when you get the extra week to prepare, you're going to see some gimmicks and gadgets in the game plans for both teams. I actually thought both defenses played pretty similar than they have in the playoffs. There was not a whole lot of blitzing, just a little mix of blitzing. They really didn't get after the quarterbacks. They played primarily coverage. The quarterbacks were very hot, John.
All right. Coach Fox, certainly nothing to be ashamed of. As we said, took that team from 1-15 2 years ago to the Super Bowl, and here's Fox again talking away Super Bowl 38.
Particularly in the first half, and you know, I just think you know, they rallied as well as they could. I'm proud of their efforts, and you know, I'm not ashamed at all.
John, what was the problem offensively early in the game? You guys just couldn't get on track until the 2-minute mark.
Well, you know, again, there's an adjustment phase of a game, and we had not let the game get out of hand by any stretch. You know, there's some tactical things that go on throughout a National Football League game, and you know, I thought we made some adjustments, and you know, I think we made some good adjustments.
John, you probably asked Florida, but did you hesitate on the team?
No.
Coach, talk about the group that dominated towards the end of the ball.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said, talk about the group that Jake got in the second half where he was struggling in the first half.
Well, I think
John Fox, great season, 3 points short. We are all done here on SportsCenter, but just getting started with our coverage of Super Bowl 38.
NFL Primetime, Boomer and TJ now, half hour for them. Another SportsCenter complete wrap-up from Houston. Stuart Scott, Dan Patrick. Stick around because, well, it's certainly worth watching.
Tom Brady and Jake Delhomme, who will be cooler and calmer under pressure? The Patriots. But the Panthers reacted. There were hits galore. It started defensive. The Panthers said, no, we're coming right back. And then An ending that was not to be believed, except you've seen this one time before. NFL Prime Time is next.
This Super Bowl edition of NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Primetime is Miller time. And now, here's your host, Chris Berman.
Reliance Stadium, the fireworks going off. They waited 30 years to have a second Super Bowl in Houston. And I'll tell you what, we don't wait 30 more years. I don't know if we can wait 30 more days for a game like this. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Berman. Welcome to the field of Reliance Stadium for NFL Super Bowl NFL Primetime with my 17-year compatriot, Tom Jackson.
Good to be here, Boom.
With my longtime quarterback, Steve Young.
At least there's something.
Yes, longtime quarterback. Have we ever seen a game like this
a couple years ago?
Steve
won. I'm going to let Steve tell the story first. Tell the story first.
Are you kidding me? I mean, it was a tape of two tales, right? It was a tale of two cities, right? I mean, the first half, I thought for the first half that we were watching an exhibition game where the defenses were way ahead of the offenses, just watching paint dry, and then boom. That's Boomer would say. Boom.
We'll talk about this game. There are 4 or 5 things that if you told those teams, people rooting for those teams, that they did those things, they won the game easily. Didn't happen today.
Well, as Steve said, I couldn't say it any better than my compatriot Steve Young. Super Bowl 38 was a tape of two tales because the first tale that you told was almost the first scoreless half in Super Bowl history. And in the fourth quarter, an AFL game broke out with each team scoring 3 times. The Panthers making their Super Bowl debut, and the Pats trying to win for their second time in 3 years. Delhomme, Tom Brady, and Ty Law, the hero of the AFC Championship game, emotional at the start. And the start was defense. Brady to Troy Brown. But Mike Rucker lands on Brown's nose. At first it looked serious, but boy, Troy hung tough.
Well, you knew that Troy Brown wasn't going to miss the Super Bowl because of the bloody nose. He was going to come back. He was going to make some plays. They did a good job patching it up on the sideline. He came back.
Adam Vinatieri, wait a minute. This is the postseason. He's not supposed to miss 31-yard field goals.
The beginning of many strange happenings in the next 3 hours, right?
Then the Panthers, who were hemmed up in their own territory for all the first half. Mike Vrabel playing both ways. An amazing game for this man for Ohio State. Forces the Panthers to punt. But then Witherspoon sniffs out the reverse to Troy Brown and down. And so then Adam Vinatieri tries but it's blocked. So a miss and a block. What's going on?
I thought it was Tampa Bay versus Carolina.
It was unbelievable. But then Jake Delhomme, he's nailed. Mike Vrabel hits him, causes the fumble. Richard Seymour recovers. Vrabel was unreal.
Well, one of the things I loved about this play is I finally realized we might not have a 0-0 game. Somebody will score.
3rd and 5. Delhomme, this is Brady. And this is a big play when Tom decides to take off with the whole middle of the field open. And then picks up 12 in the first down. And with 3 minutes to go in the half, touchdown. Brady to Deion Branch from 7-0 New England. So you figure they have the lead. They haven't trailed since before Thanksgiving. The Panthers, from the shadow of their own goalpost, Ricky Proehl. 13-yard gain. Then Jake Delhomme to Muhsin Muhammad. It's live TV like a live football game. We have a guest who'll explain what's going on here in a minute. Delhomme to Ricky Proehl, and all of a sudden, Carolina, in a 2-minute type drill, Steve, a different ball club.
Well, Jake Delhomme suddenly got the feel for the game with that first completion to start this drive with 2 minutes to go. At the 2-minute warning, I give up a big hooray! They have a first down, Tommy. I couldn't believe it. And then they went on. He got hot. There's no question about it.
Steve Smith for the touchdown, 39 yards. We're tied at 7. So we got a minute left. What could possibly happen? Deion Branch from 52 yards, and then Tom Brady, David Gibbons, game on.
When I think about Tom Brady, I think about how he answers a score. He's done it in every Super Bowl. He's done it all year long.
This squib kick was bizarre to me. It didn't go very far. The Panthers capitalize on it. Chris Mangum made a quick scoop, and with just about no time left, Stephen Davis up the middle, and I think the Patriots gave him 3 points.
Probably the best run of the day. You're playing pass, they call the run.
John Casey at the foot, 50 yards, good. So now we had the first scoreless first half of Super Bowl history. Not. It's 14-10. But let's have a scoreless third quarter. Jake Delhomme to Jermaine Wiggins from
East Boston.
The former Patriot with the leap and the miss of Wilson. 15 yards for first down.
I think right here you had the sense the game was on when they started to make the plays, started to jump over people, and suddenly you thought Carolina has life.
A guy from East Boston shows all the lip, but then Muhammad drops it after the big hit by Ty Law. Patriots were hoping fumble, but they ruled incomplete.
A number of key drops by the Carolina Panthers today that really cost them.
New England ball, late third. Tom Brady to Deion Branch, who continues to be from. It's 16 yards and a first down. Same drive. 3rd and 1, Antoine Smith. He had tough sledding in the first half, but in the second half, New England could run. It was 6 and a first down. Brady, Daniel Graham is down the middle. The post, 33 yards, sets up 1st and goal.
And the concept of that play was something New England used all day. Play fake, draw the linebackers up, throw the ball over the top.
John Fox says defense stiffen up. We now same drive, 4th quarter, but Christian Euphoria, no out of bounds. Penalty, though, on Carolina gives the Patriots a first down inside the 5. Antoine Smith with Richard Seymour plowing the way, blocking as he did a half dozen times.
We talked about the red zone problems of the Patriots in the past. They were ingenious inside the 20 today.
Delhomme says we're down 21-10. I'm just starting to warm up. How did this get? Does Steve Smith resemble an NBA player? I mean, he could rebound with anybody. Same drive. Daylight comes. And you got it, Delhomme.
We talked about Jake Delhomme in the 4th quarter when the game starts to soften up. That's the place you think, give the ball to Jake. He's proven it all year.
Change of pace. Stephen Davis out to Sean Foster. He of the tough 1-yard run against Philly. He of the 33-yard run to make this a ball game, Tommy. 21-16.
You didn't see nearly enough of this from the Carolina Panthers. Deshaun Foster coming through, breaking tackles, getting to the edge and getting to the end zone. New England, for the most part, great job shutting down the run game of the Carolina Panthers. That was the best run of the day for the Panthers.
Now, with 12 minutes left, John Fox gambled. He didn't want to be down 4. He wanted to be down 3. It might come back to haunt him. Incomplete to Muhammad. 21-16. So now with a 5-point lead, Troy Brown and for Tom Brady, first down. Then Kevin Falk, with room now being opened up in the line, barrels up to the 10.
You know what? We didn't think that they could run the ball this well against that Carolina front 4. They led Carolina in the running game today.
And then the mistake. Reggie Howard is there, and a ball floated by Brady when seemingly New England at worst would be up by 8, Steve.
You got a sense that if you're going to win 15 in a row, it's not going to be easy.
You're stealing
and
my
Thomas
stuff.
definitely did it.
Not going to be easy. How about easy to be hard? Delhomme. Muhsin Muhammad. He could go all the way for the longest touchdown pass in Super Bowl history. 85 yards. Panthers in front, 22-21. Now you gotta go for 2. Kevin Dyson. Remember, he is a Titan, stopped on the 1-yard line against the Rams, but they can't find him here too, and so it's a 1-point game. Here come the Patriots, 5.5. 3rd and 5. Brady to Troy Brown. Now that's his bread and butter, man.
That's what we thought we'd see all day long. The Carolina defense could not stop the short passes in zone.
And that was David. Go ahead, Tom.
That was a beautiful play, rolling Tom Brady away from the blitz package.
He Givens, he taken. 2 to David Givens to the 10 inside now, 1st and goal. And now, who are you going to throw to? Why don't we pick a linebacker? Mike Vrabel from Ohio State. It's a touchdown.
Just what I told you, inside the red zone problems, let's get really tricky, and it worked.
And a tricky 2-point conversion. Brady with the hello, Kevin Falk with the 2. It's 29-22. The Panthers are finished. Wrong. Daylight comes. You got it, Delhomme. This guy pulled out 8 games this year. down or tied in the fourth quarter.
Maybe let Delhomme only play the fourth quarter from now on in his career.
Or the last 2 minutes of the first half. That's Ricky Prohl inside the 20. And then Rod Serling. Ricky Prohl tied the game against the Patriots 2 years ago. And you know what? We're going to see it. Kurt Warner to Ricky Prohl as Rams. That tied it at 17 2 years ago in New Orleans. So don't tell me we're going to, well, then that was Adam Vinatieri.
Kicked it right over here.
48. Good. Was it good? It was good. All right, but that can't happen again. And he's right here with us. So he's just can't wait to see the kick again. And so now here comes the kickoff. Went out of bounds by John Casey, which was an inexcusable play.
A really unbelievable set of events to set this field goal up. I cannot believe that he kicked it out of bounds, a la the Giant game versus Dallas.
To Troy Brown, to Deion Branch,
Beautiful.
And everybody is looking on nervously. The owner, Robert Kraft, give me some water. From 41 yards, is it good, Adam Vinatieri?
It's good.
It's gotta be good.
Adam, how far could you have kicked? That was a 57-yarder, I could tell, right?
I don't know how far it would have been.
It was good
but
from 60, maybe.
That one left my foot well.
32-29, Adam from 41 yards. We are deja vu all over again. And now one last shot. He tackled me. Rod Smart, he hate me. You can't start laterally backwards at the 10. And it's over. It's over. The game, Panthers, came all the way back repeatedly. But the New England Patriots have made the history books as Bill Belichick and John Fox shake each other's hands. Yeah, all the numbers are only part of it. You consider that Carolina had no yards of offense with 6 minutes left in the first half. No yards. Delhomme and Brady also threw for 300 yards. Wow. And so here we go, deja vu all over again. And I remember in New Orleans, it was 2 years ago, and Adam Vinatieri, while we were doing highlights, came up and said, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What is it with you? I mean, did that have any chance of missing? Come on now, that was right down
Oh,
the
of
pipe.
course, there's plenty of chances of missing that, but you know, the guys did a nice job, and fortunately for me, I put it right, pretty much right down the middle and got it up nice and high. Ken Walters, as you can see, had a perfect hold, and I tell you what, the guys fought all game long. We just fitting that we.
There were a couple of ground ball snaps, punts and on field goals, yeah.
Well, you know, obviously, we've gone through a couple snappers this year, but you know, Ken Walter did a very nice job holding for us today, and hey, what can you say? He did a great job.
I'm very grateful, Adam, on that last kickoff. You did not squib it like in the first half.
Yeah, what was that?
I'm grateful for a coach that says, I can cover this kick and not throwing chaos into it. Grateful for that.
You know, our guys did a nice job covering all the deep kicks that we had all game long, you know.
I don't understand why you wouldn't do that.
Unfortunately, with 40 seconds left in the half, a lot of times you want to be a little too conservative. And personally, I don't like that, but it's none of my business.
Thank you for kicking that off.
Adam, when you miss one and you have one blocked, how do you come out and not think about it and get that last one right down the middle of the goalpost?
Honestly, I figure if I make this last one, nobody will remember the first two. So,
We've forgotten about it.
Exactly.
I don't even know what happened.
The first one, I was unfortunately I didn't hit it as well as I'd like. And the second one, the Carolina Panthers, you know, they're playing ball too. They did a nice job getting some pressure up the middle, and you can't think about any of that stuff. You just have to go out there and try to do the best the next opportunity you get.
I know it's just happened, but 15 in a row in football at any level, let alone the NFL. What is it that's special? And so many of the wins like this were so close. What is it that's special inside the locker, maybe right before the game, or maybe at halftime, or maybe on the sideline in a tight game like
I tell you what, it starts from the top. Our owner's amazing. He brought in the right coach. Our coach brought in the right players, you know, and we got so many guys out there that fight in every single day, and they just have the confidence in each other that when it comes down to it, they're going to make the plays that they need to. And I tell you what, I'm so fortunate to be on this team, you know, a bunch of guys like this, you know, it's an amazing, amazing thing.
Well, related to Evel Knievel, related to the band leader of Custer who wasn't at Little Bighorn, obviously ice water runs in the veins. It would have to. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Deja vu all over again.
41-yard
field goal. The Patriots have won it. Adam Vinatieri, the Patriots over the unbelievably game Carolina Panthers. We'll be back for Tom Brady and more.
Congratulations, man.
My pleasure. Good to see you.
Super Bowls the way it turned out. You saw the guy that had the winning kick, Adam Vinatieri, but for the second time in 3 years, Tom Brady has won a Super Bowl at the age of 26. He's the 9th quarterback now to win 2 Super Bowls or more. He has won 2 MVP awards at the age of 26. He's starting to compile a pretty good resume at a young age. I'm saying that understated, of course. He's with our Sal Paolantonio.
Second MVP trophy for the Super Bowl. You're
Start over.
Okay. You're only 26 years old, second MVP. Congratulations.
Thanks. I don't know what to say, Sal. I just, you know, you battle all the way through the game, and then old number 4 trots out there to win it with 9 seconds left, and he drills it. Just couldn't get any more exciting. And what a game, and Carolina played their butts off. Just so proud of this team in a way we always seem to come back and fight through the tough stuff and get a tough spot victory.
When you were down 22-21, it was the first time you guys were down since like Thanksgiving. What was going on that sideline and in your mind?
Well, we've been down before. I mean, it's been a while, but you know, I think keeping our poise and understanding that how to go down and score. Because we knew Carolina, they've been you know, doing this all year. They've come back all year on teams, and we figured we'd get another shot at it, and we did. The game-winning field goal. I mean, how ironic.
What can you say about Jake Delhomme's performance?
What an unbelievable competitor. I mean, the way he fired that ball around, bringing his team back, and our defense is so tough to play against because they give you so many tough looks. And I mean, it only works out for one team, but he played his tail off, and can't say enough about his competitiveness and his toughness.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thanks, Sal.
Back to you guys.
All right, Sal, thank you as always. And so now, Super Bowl MVP 2 or more times. Bart Starr won the first 2. Terry Bradshaw won 4 Super Bowls. He's got 2. Tom Brady now has 2. Only some guy on the 49ers, Joe Montana, has 3. And we're sitting with a guy who has also won an MVP of the Super Bowl, Steve Young, at quarterback with a phenomenal performance. Hey, both QBs. Let's start with Brady on what he's able to do in a game that changed on a dime.
That number that you just showed of all the stats that ESPN digs up over the whole year, that's the one I think is the most important and telling. 2 MVPs in Super Bowls, big-time player. Throughout the game today, I was just amazed. Every play he came out of the huddle, his eyes never dropped. You always have a sense that he has a great feel for the whole field. He's never out of the game. You don't ever see like, oh my gosh, he doesn't know, he missed somebody who was open. I thought today he just was in command, and he's always that way. He has that mystique about him now. And I don't know that there's, you know, he's not fast. He doesn't throw a really hard ball. He doesn't, you know, it's all these things that people said he couldn't do, and he's doing everything that you could ever imagine. I think he's one of the most polished quarterbacks I've seen in a long time. It was a lot of fun today. He dominated last week against the big game in the 2 weeks ago in the championship game, and today.
And yet Jake Delhomme, you have to admire his resiliency. He started this football game. It seemed almost for a second like it was a little too big for him. He got command of his game. He started to make plays downfield, get some confidence, put his team in a position where they had a chance to win, just outdueled by Tom Brady today.
You know what? And we've said